Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the garage.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Trace.
All right, who's
Happy
all here?
Friday.
Let's say your name.
Happy Friday.
Bob Goldsmith, formerly known as Smitty, Rock and Roll Smitty. Yeah.
He's the new
Rick.
one for today.
Rick
Welcome.
Rock.
We got Rick Rock. We got Mike
Mike
Rendell.
Rendell.
And then in the studio, we've got
Tracy Rosensteel.
so we're doing something a
guys.
little different today. Juice may come on still, we don't know. And then Gina might come too. So we'll just wait. We're not gonna wait, but when she comes on, we'll let her in. So
Well,
All
I
right,
haven't
so-
seen Gina in a long time.
I know. So let's go back to we were having a little conversation before the show, and we were talking about our neighborhood. So let's go ahead and pick up on where you were at as far as all the people that we knew and what the neighborhood looked like, Smitty.
Well, I live right halfway between 72nd and 73rd Street in Thomas, down from the water tower. That's where we did some sledding back in our youth. I don't know if anybody concurs with that, but
Oh,
before
wow.
they rebuilt it, there was two hills there, one on each side, where you could, not a bad little slide, for your when we were kids.
Yeah.
Of course, they changed it around once they rebuilt the whole thing.
Well, and then don't forget the one side had the really deep ditch.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you went to that side, if it wasn't frozen, you would end up in water. But if it
Yes.
was frozen, it was really fun.
You'd be laying in with the cattails. That's where they
Right,
grew.
right.
Yeah, all the cattails. Remember, we used to cut them, dry them out, try to smoke them, but that didn't work out. So we used them to keep away. We used them to keep away mosquitoes, and it worked really good.
Yeah, they did.
So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was very fortunate. I had a double lot, a big yard. I mean, we did everything over there from wiffle ball was the big thing in the summertime. Wiffle ball. I mean, there's all the time wiffle ball.
Wow.
I guess I had a lot of good guys on my street. I had the Dedors. They were a big family right across the street. There was, I think, Ronnie, and then he had three sisters. Then a couple houses down from him was his cousin, Jerry, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. He passed a long time ago in I believe, a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, it was a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, I remember going to his funeral, as a matter of fact, and that was a sad day because we grew up together. On the corner of 73rd and Thomas was Jerry Jerkovic. Two houses down from me was Bobby. And
Right.
we were always, if we weren't playing in my backyard, or out in the street playing touch football or street hockey. I mean, we had, like I said, everything from gladiator fights I remember when Tom Martin and Jerry Dedor got into a fist fight in my backyard.
Mm.
And then Jerry Dedor's dad came over there and pulled them apart.
Mm.
And I'm sure that wasn't the first or the last, but that's just one that sticks out in my mind.
Yeah.
It was just, I had a mini bike for a little while. So I had a brand new Suzuki 50.
Wow.
And it was like a little motorcycle. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they were. Those were awesome.
They were cool. But listen to this. So I'm cruising along. We started hanging out it was an open field right there across the street from Jerry Jerkovic's house at 73rd and Thomas. So we started bringing the motorcycles up there. I mean, I had a little mini bike. Some of the older guys, like Bobby's brother, Tommy, who unfortunately is no longer with us as well. He had a big motorcycle. So I'm there on a little mini bike and I'm competing with the big guys and stuff like that. Well, I didn't do too well. I wiped out, broke my arm. I never rode the mini bike again. My mom made me sell it.
Yeah.
I was laid up the whole summer, no wiffle ball, no nothing.
Yeah.
Walking around with a cast on my arm.
Yeah.
That was, I think I was maybe 10, fifth grade, I want to say I was in back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that field was fun. We used to ride
yeah.
our bikes around, our regular bicycles.
Yeah.
We'd set up like ramps and do the, stuff you see as memes now. We did that. Set up
Yeah.
pieces of plywood and bricks and take our
Yes.
bikes and jump. And when it rained, there'd be these big giant puddles that we'd run our bikes through.
Yep. The
And
house.
then the other field we played at, remember Dan, 73rd and Ferdinand? There was a field over there. That's before they built the houses.
Right.
And
Yep.
we used to play league ball and softball and football and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did that quite a bit. That was, you remember Gary Garrett?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I heard he passed away too. Someone told me.
That I don't
for
know.
sure.
I heard
Yeah, that's
that
what
too, but I don't
Yeah.
really know for sure.
No, I don't either. Boy, he was a hell of a ball player. That guy had an arm like Nolan Ryan. You couldn't even catch him. I mean, try to play catch with him. He'd burn your hand up. Nobody wanted to play catch with him.
Now I can barely remember him. I mean, I kind of remember him. Was he a redhead? Did he have red hair?
No,
Light
no.
brown?
He wore glasses. He was tall and real tall and kind of brawny, strong as an ox.
Yeah, I
Always
remember he
smoking
was a good pitcher.
Yeah, real good pitcher. Yeah, Mike might remember him pitching. I don't know.
You know who
Hey.
else was a good pitcher back in the day? Remember Ricky Steck?
Oh yeah, Ricky. Oh yeah, George Kodadak. I remember hitting him. Though.
He had a cannon.
Yeah, he did.
Hey,
You know who
Mike
else?
Russell was another one.
Who?
Mike Russell.
Mike Russell, Jeff Wojak. And I got a hit off him when nobody else on our team could hit him. I got the only hit off him when we had a baseball team. I never played Little League. I don't know how or why. I guess I was just.
That was good. That was going to be my question. Like all of these guys from the neighborhood, I always have the impression of Argo in general, the district, the school district in general.
Oh yeah.
Most of the best players, the best athletes, were not involved in organized ball. Am I right?
I believe so, 100%.
Isn't
Because
that amazing? What a
I played
never
1 year.
Little League.
My last
Yeah.
year I played Pony League. We had a team with all these guys. Mashiag and I think Jerry Jerkovic was on there. Who else? Steve Gallant. I don't know if you guys know Mike Benaric, Mike Benaric.
Some of the names.
Yeah,
so
I know all
familiar.
those guys.
Yeah, I know you do, Dan. Yeah. Yeah, we were all on the same. We had a good time. Jerry Jerkovic's dad was the coach. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a fun year. Well, of course, the first half we lost, I think, every game. That wasn't too good. And then second half we got real good all of a sudden, but it was too late. The season was over.
Was Pony League? Was that travel?
No.
Okay.
No, they had traveling all-stars and things like that, but Pony League didn't travel. We played right up there. I'm trying to think if we played at Weirsba Park. No, I don't think we played at Weirsba, did we?
I
Or
think
do
it was
we-
Founders.
Yeah, I think it might have been Founders.
Oh wow.
And I know the Little Leaguers played over there behind the school, and I remember Mike alluding to that when he was
Yeah.
talking the other night. And I remember that because we used to play. I played fast pitch in Bridgeview School well up into my early 20s. Me and guys like I remember Howie and Dennis played with us a few times. Me and Daryl Reed and who else? Lauren Naraki. I don't know if you remember him, Dan.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Lauren. He was a good friend of
Yeah.
mine, as a matter of fact. I wonder
Yeah,
what
I
happened to
remember
him.
that
but-
too.
Yeah, we always up there playing fast pitch. I mean, well, I had to be probably 25 before I stopped, maybe even older. I don't remember, but I played that for a long time. Had a lot of fun because you only needed 4 guys. Any more than that was a bonus. But 2 against 2, one in the outfield, one
Right field out or left field out if you're a lefty.
if you remember, how we did it was where the pavement ended. If you hit it past the pavement into the grass, that was a home run. And then we kind of set up little markers for first and third base, but we kept everything open. But we on a real narrow basis though. And of course, there was the lines on the wall, and I used to always bring a real home plate and put it down there. I mean, I was really into it, We'd buy you guys mentioned tennis balls before, but we didn't use tennis balls because they're not heavy enough.
Yeah.
So we wanted to throw hard and fast. We used to go to R&B liquor store, and we used to buy these. They look like about the size of a baseball, and they were kind of like fairly hard rubber. They would last maybe a half a game, and they would fall apart. So you had to buy about,
Only the
you had to
best.
have-
Was that compressed rubber?
yeah. But
Yeah, I
they
remember
really
that.
would take off, man. When you could throw them hard, and they would take off a long way. And we'd buy about 4 for every game. So it was about $4 a game it would cost us.
Wow. Oh,
And when it split, it split.
Yeah. It was sometimes when you hit it, it would just fly apart. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, those are the good old days.
You know who you forgot?
Uh-oh.
Who?
The Janikowskis.
Yikes.
It's funny you mentioned that. I just not too long ago, I stopped
Did
over
you
at
know that
Mark's,
by any chance? Oh.
the twins.
They were
yeah.
twins.
Mark still lives at home with his mom, right over there on Okido.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Really?
he's still over there. I went and visited him. I don't know, end of last summer sometime. I went over there and spent a few hours with him.
Wow.
And then he came up. We went to the Dirty Sock Lounge up on Hickory Hills.
Yeah.
For the Bears games, they have free buffets. And he came up there once, and after that, I've never seen him again. I don't know if I said something wrong to him. I don't know. But, I left him a bunch of messages. He never returned my call. I hope he's well.
Yeah, right.
One of these days when I'm out that way again, I'm going to stop, stop over at his
Yeah.
house again because it's him. He lives with his mom.
Oh.
I don't know where his brother lives. I'm not really sure. He's got a twin. He's still married to Mary. Remember Mary Martin?
Oh yeah. Yep.
She lived over out by you.
Yeah.
I actually was the one that introduced the two. I fixed them up for the first time.
Oh really?
Mike and Mary. Yep.
Wow.
The Mary was like a friend of mine back then.
Mm.
And I guess it took off.
Yeah.
They've been together ever since.
Wow.
I
Yep.
tell you, I like going down memory lane. It's one of my favorite places to be. It puts you in a good place,
That's cool.
Well, it does actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we used to do the softball games over by Nico's.
Yeah. Yeah. We did St. Fabian's. And Father America come out after about 4 glasses of wine and chase us away.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was in a men's softball league one summer in my early 20s. We played up at Weirsba Park. I don't think I even finished the season off. Somebody's phone's ringing.
Oh, it's me. I'm trying to. Gina was just on, but then she disappeared.
Oh,
Well, I don't.
wow.
I don't want to miss her if she's trying to get a hold of me.
hope I
Yeah,
didn't
we used
scare her
to-
away.
We used to do the Nico's parking lot softball.
I don't
games.
remember that, Mike. I don't think I
Oh,
was
wow.
part of that. Was that you and Jimmy Harriff and
Yeah, Brian, Tony,
all them guys?
Howie.
Yeah. You guys were kind of like a different group than the group, although we always kind of ran across each other here and there and
Right.
here and there. Matter of fact, me and Jimmy went to school together.
It's funny how one block or 2 blocks is like the other edge of the earth.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like, oh, they're from way over there.
Yeah.
And we're talking hundreds of feet.
Well, that's because we had border lines. Like
Yeah.
from 75th to 77th was one group, and then anybody that was on the other side of the police station firehouse was a different group.
They were
You had
them.
your Ferdinand.
Well, you know what the
Right.
turf war would come about was when you had a ball field that was your neighborhoods and
Yeah.
somebody else would come over and want to play. And it'd be like, whoa, wait a minute, man.
Hey,
We're gonna be
Rick, are you
trouble or we're gonna have a
suggesting
game?
are you suggesting you were an enforcer?
No.
Oh, very good.
I'm just like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Go play on your side of town.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's not an enforcer.
You're literally on our turf.
You are. You don't belong here. It was
Lucky
decided at
for
the
me.
meeting, you guys can't go past Nico's.
Lucky for me, I didn't have any turf. I just was in my garage.
Gina says she was there. I just got a pop up.
I know. Why? I wonder why she went away.
Gina, we miss you.
Technical difficulties.
I'll see if she come back on. I don't know what happened.
Maybe you got to make room on the screen for make our
No,
boxes
no.
make our boxes a little bit smaller
try
so
to-
she can squeeze in.
I'll try to hold in a little
We got to
bit.
get that. We
Yeah.
got to get that Hollywood Squares game going.
So, Tracy, do you got the glass over there? I see a frosted glass.
Yeah, you know what? I do.
Is that tea or bourbon?
Whoa, it is
It's
tea.
bourbon.
Yeah. Isn't that sharp?
Who do you think was the best Hollywood Squares star?
Oh, Paul Lynn.
Yeah, Paul Lynn. I think number 2 was what was his name? The guy with the voices, all the different voices.
Rich Little?
Yeah, I think he was good too.
Yeah.
That's they have that game show network. Do they show Hollywood Squares? I
don't have
wonder.
it. I don't have it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it on there.
Yeah, and I don't watch. I'd be curious, if
I
that-
just flipped through it. It's just like a couple old shows, like
Yeah.
match games on there.
'cause,
And
there was so much adult humor as a kid, it was funny to a kid, but we didn't even necessarily get the adult humor. So now when you go back to watch or listen to these programs, it's incredible. Like Johnny Carson.
Or Gene Rayburn on
Oh,
Mad
Gene
Street.
Rayburn was
He would have had so
incredible.
many lawsuits if he was around today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Can you
yeah.
imagine a show like All in the Family on nowadays?
Oh,
No.
no way. No, everything's different.
No way. Or
Could you imagine-
Sanford and Son, or the
Everything.
Jeffersons.
You
Could you
can't
imagine
say
Richard
nothing.
Dawson trying to kiss somebody today?
Yeah, right. How about it? Yeah, how about it? Misogynist, all of that.
He was pretty raunchy too. That Dawson.
Sure.
I think he was the
man.
best one though.
He was really good.
Oh, yeah.
That
I
was
liked him-
he was
I
the
liked
same
him
guy
on,
on
when he was on
Hogan Heroes. Yeah. He was the best one, I thought, though. The original's always the best. Just like on what's the show?
Yeah.
The first one on Wheel of Fortune, Chuck Woolery, remember?
Chuck Woolery. Yeah.
I thought he was the best.
Yep.
And he had
The
come
Price
from a
is
show.
Right.
That's
And
when
he
it
had a
was
show
daytime.
before that. Remember? What was the show before that?
Well, that's a good question. I don't remember.
What's that?
A game show that he was on?
Oh,
during
I
the
don't know. I
daytime?
wasn't really into game
Who
shows.
was
I
that?
wasn't either. Love Connection.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
then he-
later, though? That was after Wheel of Fortune, right?
I thought it was before. I could be
I-
wrong.
Could be.
I do remember
Yeah.
the dating game with the hearts in the background.
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
best.
Just
That was the best.
yeah. Just three girls or three guys on bar
Yeah.
stools and hearts in the background.
I haven't seen that on television since it played it back in the 60s. Remember we came home from school back in the 60s, Dan? What would we watch?
Well,
We watched
I
Dark
would
Shadows.
watch. Huh?
He's got a consultant. Who's the consultant back there?
Yeah, I know. I would watch like either Batman,
Yes.
first
That was
one,
one.
Batman's,
Yes.
and then
That was
also I would
My
watch
first favorite show.
Dark Shadows.
I
That
just
was
said that.
huge.
Dark Shadows. Yep.
Dark Shadows was
Yep.
huge.
That was, they made like, I forgot how many thousands of episodes.
Wow.
They
Yeah,
did.
it wasn't like a typical sitcom where they make 26 or 30 episodes a year.
Right.
Man, they were cranking out.
That was a soap opera.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say it really wasn't a sitcom. It was a soap.
It was a
opera.
soap opera.
Right. It was a soap opera, yeah. But it was a twist on soap opera because we had
Yes.
a horror element.
Yes.
Right.
I thought it was a great show.
Brilliant.
Dan Curtis.
You know what?
production.
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
I've ever seen
Yeah,
an
Dan
episode
Curtis.
of that.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
was
seen very
Flintstones
little
and
of
Mary
it.
Ann,
Yeah.
it was good. It was really good. And you know what's weird about it is because the Johnny Depp one came out, which I really liked, by the way.
The Johnny Depp movie about Dark Shadows.
Yeah, I
I
really
love-
enjoyed that.
I've
That was
seen
cool.
it 5 times.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
too.
no kidding. That was cool.
It was
Uh-oh.
good. Oh,
And you, but
Uh-oh.
you know,
Fade to Black.
I know.
Back in black.
WGN.
Even though we don't
Black.
look like we're here, we are still here. Are we live?
We're gonna,
Yes, we are.
we're gonna see a Cubs replay.
And
Wow. He just did a disappearing act.
we're back. Right.
Part of
Okay,
yeah, these guys
know-
got something going on.
You guys,
But talk-
you guys look like you're ready to do a lemonade commercial.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Country
if the money's
time.
good, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
where's your country time?
Damn straight.
We drink iced tea.
That ain't tea.
Yeah.
Only the
Yeah.
best.
That Johnny Depp movie that was listed as a comedy,
Oh, okay.
which you could see it had comical
It
parts
did.
of. I didn't think it was a comedy. I mean,
There was
Yeah.
some scary stuff in it.
yeah,
I really liked Alice Cooper popping up in it.
that was the best, wasn't it?
It was.
That was the best. I like when him and that Johnny Depp and that woman were having sex on the ceiling.
Oh, Angelica or something, I think her
Yeah,
name was.
Angelica. That was the
Yeah.
witch.
Yes.
Yeah,
See, there was-
Angelique.
Yeah,
Angelique.
Yeah. That
He-
I ended up going back and watching some of the old episodes just to
Yeah.
to check on those characters because it's been from the 1960s or maybe early 70s when I stopped watching it, and they did a really good job on it.
They did. By the way, that show is still on. If you have, it's on at 4 a.m. 2 episodes, one at 4, one at 4:30,
Wow.
and it's on a antenna TV station called Decades.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I have insomnia and I wake up, I'll flip it on. I watched a little bit of it last night, I think.
Is it so? Is that to say all of the?
There's actually a Dark Shadows channel too that you can pick up on the Fire Stick.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Huh.
Nice.
I think it's part of. It's one of those goofy Pluto TV. I think it's called.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
There's so many of them damn things now.
Oh, I know. There's some. Yeah.
My
Oh, it's
brother-in-law, he gets free cable. I don't know how he does it.
Huh.
And he won't show the rest of the family.
Ooh.
I've got a little box that I picked up about a year and a half ago. Little tiny box. I get almost everything on this thing.
Nice.
I paid about $275 for it.
It's
But
a
I'm going to tell you,
one
I got
time.
my money's worth over and over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get almost everything. All the
Yeah.
sports stations, every team, every sport. It's unbelievable.
Hmm.
And the guy that sells it, last time I checked, he lives right over in Justice.
Yeah,
Hook us
surprise,
up,
right?
man.
You gotta love the mean streets, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know what's amazing? The house that I grew up in is basically just over the expressway.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's the proximity
Right.
is so close, yet you have I-294 in between us.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know originally, before the tollway came through,
Yeah.
this was all a big subdivision.
Did not know that.
Yeah, the houses were like 2 years old, and the tollway took a bunch of houses.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Eminent domain.
Is this considered Wesley Fields? This
No,
area
this is
here?
called the Lost 18.
Yeah, because
once
the other
they,
side is Wesley Fields.
right, once the tollway split us, we were the Lost 18 because we were no longer part of that part of Justice.
Oh, that is so amazing.
You
Yeah.
guys got to get T-shirts made.
What's that?
I
The Lost
survived.
18.
Yeah.
We're the
That
Lost 18.
does sound like a cool area, right?
What are
we
you doing in our
live in the-
neighborhood?
You know, what's funny is
It's like the Justice Triangle. It's like the Bermuda Triangle,
it's-
except it's justice.
it-
Was
which is-
anybody even looking?
Yeah. Once you come here, do you ever return?
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh,
Oh, the Hotel
I didn't think
California.
about. I didn't give that much thought going in. Oh well.
The only thing,
Oh,
the
there
only
she
thing
is
missing
again.
behind you is a burning fire.
I
Should
know.
have like a fireplace behind you.
It's probably a faux fireplace. Faux as in FAUX.
Why does he keep peeking around the corner like that?
I don't know. He's like
Gina.
up to no good.
I keep looking. I'm like,
Every now and
Are
then
they
you
seeing
see a
something
couple
I don't
eyeballs
see?
pop
Just
up.
let Gina in.
open
She's
the
at
door.
the studio.
No, not literally.
She's
Oh,
not live.
Electronically.
okay.
I'm waiting for the Great Outdoors channel to begin.
Big bear, big brown
Hey,
Here
bear.
she is.
Hey, take off.
Gina.
Gina.
Hey, Gina, we have another guest today. Do you see him?
She's one button away. It's just
Yeah, no.
press
Oh well,
play.
it's about that time now.
Cue up the music.
My bandwidth is about ready to go out. Gina's
Your
on.
baud rates, it's dying, huh?
I think that's the problem. I think
Is
she,
that your baud rate? Or
I
are you
think
just
she
happy to
takes
see her?
your band rate.
Gina's sucking your baud rate.
Wow.
Well,
Don't be
that's
jealous.
Hey, baby.
Good evening.
What? Do you want the land? No, I'm fine.
It's
Thank
good
you.
to
Ground that
start
child.
with a conversation offline.
Yeah.
It's a nice
Gina
little
don't remember me.
way to slide in.
Wow. So
What's up,
proud.
Gina?
Look at you guys in the live. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
When's the last time I seen you?
I don't know. 1,000 years.
About that.
Give
Yeah.
or take.
Were there dinosaurs?
I might have been.
There
I know
were.
I was. I was a dinosaur. Or I am now, at least. I don't know.
How you guys doing?
Eh,
Doing good.
Freezing.
Yeah, how about it?
Oh,
Why are you
Mike.
freezing, Mike? Where you
No,
at?
Mike, why are you? Because he doesn't pay the bills. He's closed.
They have programs for that, Mike.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just ask me. I'll tell you.
Light heat. I think it's called
Mike.
light heat.
Mike, what do you keep your temperature at?
Don't say
About
69.
72.
72 and you're cold?
Yeah.
Eh.
Wow.
I'm on a slab.
I keep mine at
You're
69.
gonna get hemorrhoids if you sit on a slab.
You get
You got
what?
You get hemorrhoids if you sit on cold cement.
Now, is that a wives' tale or is that really
Yes, it
true? I
is.
wonder.
I love science.
Well, I don't know. I've
Yeah,
never
right?
sat on cold concrete to find out. I'm sure
I
there's
want to
other.
know who studied it.
Well, you definitely do if you sit on a piece of concrete that's cylindrical.
Shut up.
I know they say
Alright.
that truck drivers get the hemorrhoids all the time.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to find out.
I
I'll
guess.
ask.
Thank God Gina came in and started talking about hemorrhoids
Ain't
because
that
we had
some
nothing
shit?
better to talk about.
Yeah, I was.
Tell you
I
what.
was-
That's the
Yeah.
hottest topic so far.
you know, it's
It's it's an age thing.
Got that aspirin going.
Gina's a change agent.
It's so
Don't know about
nice to see like he's not like by himself with like his mechanical friends.
Don't talk about my vibrator.
Why? I see you like keep readjusting it.
When you said mechanical friends, I thought you meant like Robbie the robot
I did.
or the robot from Lost in Space.
But
Well, you seen on my video Red Skeleton, right? That's who she's
Yeah.
talking about, Red Skeleton.
Oh,
He's right over there.
Right.
They're getting ready for the ocean cranberry juice commercial.
Get the waiters.
where do you live now, Gina?
close to you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He'll look you up and find you.
How do you know where I'm at? I never told anybody.
I know people.
Wow, cool.
Rob, I know more than you probably want me to know.
Wow.
Listen to the Mafia Princess.
Listen, I'm always on the gossip train, so
I know
people.
Hey, she knows things, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if not, I make it up. So
If there's bodies buried, or even if they're not buried, or maybe they should be buried.
Yeah. They're
I'll let
probably
you know.
they're probably
I'll let you
halfway
know.
in between
Right.
Mike's and Gina's house.
right.
Yeah, right.
Gina, you like my shirt?
Right at the boundary.
Woohoo!
Highway to hell, baby.
Hey, well, you're with the right group right now, I'll tell you that.
I survived the highway to hell.
Yeah.
Something
Well, I
Bon
guess
Scott
we all
can't
did.
say.
Right? Well, we all survived it some way or another.
Yeah, and a lot of people aren't here to talk about it.
Have you
Nope.
ever died? There's the question.
Not as many times as you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
He's like, Nanner,
I got 4 left.
shut up. Don't even say that. Fuck. What is wrong with you?
Are you part cat or what?
That's what my nephew says. Like, how many
Well,
times
you know.
before you're really gone? I said, I don't know, man. Quit jinxing.
Wow. Stop keeping count.
Hey,
Well,
Rick,
it's
what did
kinda-
you say what was your class year?
We were all 83, me, Gina, and Tracy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Mike?
82.
Oh. I guess, all right.
We're all babies compared to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I was 78. So,
Yeah,
such,
Dan,
such
you got
is
us
the,
all beat, buddy.
such is the beautiful gray
Captain-
hair.
Captain
That's okay. You got a
Geriatric.
full head, though. You had a full head. I have gray hair.
I had to wear
Rick,
a
you
hat
did pretty
'cause my
good.
hair
Your
was
hair on
standing
your
up.
head isn't gray, just your beard.
Where?
My
beard?
Those are the
This-
only places I've ever
This
seen.
this head, Rick.
I'm not that kind of girl. You know that.
Not you.
I'm not.
I know.
I talk the talk.
Yeah, this beard's out of control.
That's not what I asked.
How long you been growing the beard?
3 weeks.
Is that all? I don't think so.
No, it's about 8 months.
Yeah, I remember when you
Overseer.
shaved it. Why did you shave it again? Because you're in the hospital, or?
No, it was driving me nuts. I just said, and I thought, you know what? It's summertime. Let's shave it. And then when I do, I look like that little rat with the 2 little hairs on it. Chin. I said, no, I can't deal with that.
Well, I remember your post. Yeah, I shaved it off, and this time when it grows in, I'm gonna groom it.
No, I'm just gonna.
How
I'm gonna
long did
start
that
braiding
last? 2 weeks?
Probably. I said, this is bullshit. It's like 5 minutes every morning. Just wasting time.
You got to find a good deep dive song in those 5 minutes, and you generally do. You do a great job.
Yeah. There's. Hey, I edited that with the Jimi Hendrix in his uniform.
Yeah, I never saw
And I
that
s-
photo before.
Well, I put it out there. Does anybody know the name of the drummer?
Really?
Yeah, that's when you said that earlier. I said,
Yeah.
that's a good question. That's some homework.
Yeah, you just
No.
wonder what became of that guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Smitty, do you follow our Facebook page, Deep Dive?
A little bit. It's about different musical albums and songs and stuff, right?
Right, it's
Yeah.
all YouTube oriented. We find stuff and then we'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Usually it's Rick and I, but there's other people that participate in it too.
Like album covers and all kinds of memorabilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Questions
check it out quite a bit actually.
But it's
Yeah, it's
fun
good.
because it's all kinds of music.
Yeah.
I was wondering where you get all that stuff from, though.
It's all
It's-
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
out.
Rick has some extra time on his hands, so
Yeah.
he finds all the good stuff.
It's just cool to have like alternate cuts, of
Or
songs,
even
artists.
cover. You'll find a cover of something, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, this is really good.
Lately on YouTube, there's a lot of isolated vocals, which is really cool to listen to a song, just in those isolated vocals, or maybe they take the vocals out and then it's
Well,
just
I-
the track.
On YouTube.
I posted that one with Jimmy Page, where he was at that castle, and if any of you watched it, they were talking about when they were bringing in John Bonham's drums, and they wouldn't go upstairs, so they had to put him in the
Like
the foyer with the ceiling going all the
Oh
way up.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's how they got that sound for when the levee breaks with the
Oh,
drum.
no kidding.
Yeah.
And they had people copying it, making their albums just to
So
get
they
that
didn't
sound.
record that in a
I'll
studio.
check in your
No,
picture.
that was in an old house, one of his houses.
I thought Physical Graffiti was recorded that way,
I think a couple of their albums were.
but I didn't know about when the levee breaks. They were doing
Yeah.
it then.
Yeah,
I
they
just
could
figured it
not
was a
get his
studio.
drum set all the way into the house, so they just put
No
it in
kidding.
the hall there.
Oh, that's an
Levee
amazing
Breaks.
tune.
That's some awesome drumming at the beginning.
Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
that whole
It comes
tune
in
just
and the
rocks.
hair goes up on your neck,
How about near
It's
the
one of those
end
songs.
where he's just shrieking, going to Chicago,
Yeah.
just going down now.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I posted on Deep Dive the original. It was done by a black artist who actually wrote it,
Okay.
and it was like a blues
Oh, yeah.
song.
Well,
But it was really good too. I mean, it's nothing like the Zeppelin version.
yeah.
but it
Zeppelin
was-
was
I
notorious.
mean, the bottom line is, it's a good song, no matter who does it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You can't deny what Zeppelin was able to bring
Oh yeah.
sonically, but man, they were lifting.
Zeppelin,
I remember.
lifting, man.
Zeppelin changed the whole, what do you want to say, the whole spectrum of metal, Before them, it was all blah, 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 blah. It wasn't anything
Specific.
soulful. Soulful is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, Soulful Rock.
Yeah.
I remember when they were supposed to finally come on tour back in the mid 70s, and they were the first group that I had ever seen that they wanted to sell their tickets through the newspapers. So you had to clip out a coupon from the Sun Times or Tribune.
That was 1980.
No, much sooner than that, wasn't it?
Okay. Well, you tell your story and I've got mine.
Okay, well, all right. Well, here's what I remember.
Okay, go
We
ahead.
all pitched in, me and Joe Miranda and Dave Miranda. We had Mark Janikowski. We pitched in our money. We got one big check, mailed it off. The next day, John Bonham was announced dead.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're telling the same story.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my friend, I lived like kitty corner from Bob Fernback. His mother worked at Gary's Drugs. She was privy to grabbing a Tribune as soon as it got delivered so we could mail in that slip. I don't remember money being involved. That I don't remember, but you had to send in this like clipping, self-addressed stamped envelope. Everything was done that way back then.
Right.
And we sent it off. We're figuring we're guaranteed tickets, and then we get the news that he's dead.
Yeah, we were in art class when that came on.
Oh, really?
Class. Yeah, and it was chaos.
Mary and I got tickets for that. We actually had tickets in our hand.
Really?
How did you get them?
I don't remember. You guys are filling me in on this shit. I don't remember.
I don't remember tickets
But
ever
no,
being mailed.
They were,
Yeah, I don't
we
either.
actually had tickets, and they were like 35 or 30 or 35 bucks a piece. And when he was found dead, I was really pissed off because now I wasn't going to ever be able to see
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Right.
And then it took like a month for us to get our money back.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Waiting the month to get the money back. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But we
But I
kept
thought
thinking
that was in like the early, mid to late 70s.
No, that was our freshman year.
it would have been
1980.
late
Yeah.
70, early 80s because I was working at a hospital
Okay.
as a carpenter.
Didn't
And I would have been like
And
20 years old.
it came over on Ward on the radio station.
Yeah.
They stopped all the classes, and it's like, attention,
I don't remember
attention,
that.
attention, burnouts. John
I don't
Bonham
remember.
is dead.
I remember being on the bus and hearing about
Oh,
it.
we were in art class when they announced it.
I don't remember that. Somebody
Yeah.
must have had a radio.
No, it was the school radio, Trace.
Well, I
It
don't
came over to
remember-
PA.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it came over to PA.
Man, I don't remember that.
I can't believe almost all of us here, almost seen Zeppelin.
Well,
Yeah.
my first concert experience was going to see The Song Remains the Same at the Ford City Theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My
Midnight
buddies and
movie.
we would be in Ford City every weekend. That was
That was the midnight movie, right?
Yeah.
so.
Hey.
But no, we were young. We wouldn't have been able to do midnight. I think if I remember right, it was like a weekend. It was a matinee, I think.
No,
And
we went at night.
Yeah, we were always going to
Hey,
midnight movies, seeing the
Smitty,
rock
did-
concerts.
Did you come with us to see that at Cermak Theater?
I think I did.
I thought I remember. It was
Yeah, I
like
remember Sir Mac
me,
Theater. Yeah.
me, Daryl, Dennis. I don't think Howie
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
Mathai.
Yeah.
And then you got, if it was anything like any other day, you guys were trying to steal, smuggling beer.
Of course. That's standard.
Yeah.
See, we were
Still-
smart.
I'm still doing that.
we had the half points.
But it was midnight movie though, for sure.
Yeah.
It was
Definitely
late.
was. Yeah. Because I went to a lot of those midnight movies with my guys. And it was Song Remains the Same. I remember it was Pink Floyd. One time it was Reefer Madness. Remember that was a
We saw.
How
what
about
was the
Rocky
AC/DC
Horror?
I was about
movie?
to say, we went
Yeah.
to
Rocky
see Rocky
Horror,
Horror. And
Yeah.
that was at Cermak again.
okay.
Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Well,
that
which
only
one?
was midnight.
Which one was it with AC/DC back then? It's when Bon Scott was still with them,
Oh wow.
and it said
Was there a movie?
the
I don't remember
the backup band, the first one on was Judas Priest.
That.
It
Huh.
was like
Was that a show, like
1977.
a cinema show or a live show?
Yeah, it was a cinema, but it was live, but it was cinema.
Like a closed circuit.
you might have been
Like-
closed circuit because I went to one of those for the Who in the late
wow.
70s.
Okay.
Down in downtown Chicago. The Who played like 2 or 3 shows live at the amphitheater.
Like 79 maybe.
Yeah, right around there. I think it was right after, maybe, or right before that big incident in Ohio. where everybody got
Cincinnati.
or Cincinnati.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
nine
got
nine
trampled.
died.
Oh,
But that was a
trampled
pretty cool
underfoot.
experience. Closed circuit TV. It was almost like being there.
Yeah. I
It's really
I don't think I
nice.
ever got to see anything on a closed circuit.
That was the only time I did was for the Who.
Interesting. Like,
It was
the
good- and it was
Bears,
a good time too.
like the Bears championship was blacked out in Chicago, but there were
I was
theaters
there.
set up
That
in
was good.
63 and you would watch the closed circuit broadcast of the Bears game.
Whoa. They used to do a lot for the heavyweight boxing matches.
Boxing, right?
Yeah. Muhammad
Remember-
Ali and Frazier and
when
Foreman and
boxing
those
was
guys.
a major sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
sure
getting back
was.
to my song remains the same. I'll never forget it. In the theater, this one guy, he had to weigh 300 pounds and he barely fit into the seat that he was sitting in. He had the biggest container of popcorn and the biggest joint held. And he says, hey, they won't stop you from smoking in here. And we didn't have anything. We're just sitting next to this guy. He's blowing the smoke out, and we're going.
Yeah.
We're trying to get high off the exhaust,
Contact high.
and the sound in there was so freaking loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like eardrums are gonna bleed loud. I had never heard anything so loud in my life. That was like my first concert.
Danny, I remember it was 1980. This was after they kicked Ozzy out of the band. Black Sabbath had toured with Ronnie James Dio for a couple albums.
Right.
And it was their first tour known as the Black and Blue Tour. And Blue Oyster Cult was the warm-up act.
I was
and they
about
were
to
playing-
say that was, yeah,
remember
Black
that.
Sabbath, Blue Oyster Cult.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
and I've seen them, I think, once at Rockford, but we've seen them too, I think, I want to say, at the amphitheater. I had really nice tickets for that show. And Dave Mathai went along with. And I remember I was at the Woods and I had copped some drugs, some pills or something like that. Mathai snatched them out of my hand, swallowed them, not knowing what he was taking.
Holy cow!
And for the whole concert, he was sleeping during the whole concert.
Oh boy!
The whole show, he had his head down in his lap. How do you sleep through Blue Oyster Cult and Black Sabbath? What I want to know.
Yeah.
Take a handful of pills.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Oh, man.
You know who it is too, because the meat wagon's taking all the zombies out at the end of the show.
You know, miraculously, he woke up right when the concert was over and was ready to go.
He travels well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Smitty, did you come with? Was one of the shows that you came with, or did you come with the Rockford? Was it Rock? Not Rock in the Park. Rock Speedway. It was Judas Priest. It was Heart.
Oh wow!
I missed that one.
You
I
got
went to the
Aerosmith
one.
and Foghat, right?
No, it wasn't Aerosmith. It was
Was
the
it
guy from
Foghat?
Aerosmith. What's his name?
Stephen
Joe
Tyler
Perry
or Joe
Project.
Perry Project.
Yeah, Joe Perry Project.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I missed that one, Dan. I went up there for the one, I don't know, probably after that. It had, I know Molly Hatchet was there, and I forgot who else. Maybe Blue Oyster Cult. I'm not sure, but I remember Molly Hatchet being there because the regular singer, Danny Joe Brown, mysteriously didn't show up.
Oh wow!
And they had this new guy, this new phony baloney, and I was so disappointed.
Oh,
I just
boy.
couldn't, because Danny Joe Brown to me is that whole that voice is tremendous. I mean,
Yeah,
he's long gone now, but
Yeah, they were
and
out
then
of
they
Florida,
had this
right?
phony baloney. I couldn't. He did one of this phony guy did one album with them, and he did a song. One good song came out of it, "Beating the Odds." Remember "Beating the Odds"?
Well, I'd have to hear it. I don't remember.
That was one of their big hits. And then Danny Joe Brown came back after that. After
They
that
were-
album,
They were out of Florida, right, Molly Hatchet?
yeah, yep.
I can remember I would ride with my uncle down to Daytona, and I did 3 trips with my uncle down to Daytona
in the van.
in the van, in the 74 Ford van that could not go higher than 53 miles an hour because then it would just start rattling and such that
Set-
you couldn't
Set
go
the
too
cruise
fast.
control for
So it
38.
took forever to get to Daytona. But when we got there, it was really, really cool. But then minutes later, we would have to leave because we'd have to go back because we could only go 53 miles an hour. But anyway, I can remember Molly Hatchet was just all over the radio down
Yeah, they
there.
were great. I
Oh
love
my
them.
God, they were gods.
They were from, I believe, Gainesville, Florida.
out of Gainesville.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, they owned the radio.
And
down
that's
there.
what Tom Petty too, right?
Yeah, and Tom Petty, "Don't Do Me Like That" was the theme song for the second trip. That song was in heavy rotation. I swear, it was like
there were
every half hour.
A bunch of good bands that came out of Florida, which I never
Oh yeah.
realized how many of them came out of Florida.
Tom Petty was from Florida?
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah, Gainesville.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I
Jim Morrison.
didn't know that.
Oh,
He
no, I
almost
didn't know
he
that
got
either.
arrested there too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, down in Miami.
Who else is out
Yeah.
of Florida?
I didn't know Morrison was out of. I never knew that about
Didn't
him.
either.
He was.
I thought he was from the LA scene.
No, he was born. I thought he was born in Florida because he went to Florida State. And he said, fuck school.
Yeah,
And
you know,
that's when he
you're
went out to
right there.
California.
But he was at UCLA Film School where he ended up meeting Ray Manzarek, who graduated from St. Rita in Chicago, met at Venice Beach in
Yeah.
65.
But he's right. He was born in Florida. I just read somewhere recently that
Okay.
the house he was born in Florida is selling for like, I don't know, some astronomical amount of money, $1 million or something like that.
He
And
came
it's
from
just a little house. They showed a picture of it. It's just a small little
Yeah.
house going $1 million because he was born there.
his old
You're
man was
right.
military.
But you're right. They were at the. They started out playing at the Whiskey A Go Go in the LA scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a unique
there's a-
band. It's just
Yeah, I love the Doors. There's a real good
It-
tribute band out
it's
here
really cool.
that I've seen 5 times, and they're in Florida right now, as a matter of fact. But I've seen them all around here in the past year, starting with the Chicago Ridge Fest last year. I seen them, and a couple other festivals, and at a bar downtown Joliet out here.
Now, do they stay with the music, or do they do all the bullshit history?
I'd say with the singer looks just like Jim Morrison. I actually got to know him a little bit. They're called an American Prayer. If you ever get a chance to see these guys anywhere, go see them. They are incredible.
Are they straight in terms of like not doing all the goofy, crazy stuff? The stage theatric.
No, of course not. No.
Okay,
Just
cool.
the music.
Cool.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. But he's got the mannerisms, the look. He plays the bongos like Jim was. He sits
Okay.
on the floor playing the bongos. He does that kind of stuff,
Nice.
and it's pretty cool. It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
the sound is just immaculate.
Yeah, good that they're focusing on the music.
Oh, of course,
and not
absolutely.
the other crazy shit.
Yeah, like I said, I got to know the singer a little bit. Last
Yeah.
time he played out here in Joliet, I remember I bought him a couple shots during the break. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I just read on the I tracked them to one of these tracking sites, and yeah, he's in Florida right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
he'll be back though. He lives out here in Payless Park.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh.
How about those Illini?
Right?
Hey, Smitty, did you ever go to
No. Okay.
any of the car shows with us in Notre Dame?
I remember one night you guys had a big car show up there. We didn't go. I remember I had to work that Friday night, but I got off early around 9 to 10 o'clock. Me and Daryl Reed and Booger. Now, Booger had never been up there in his life. We were starting out. Remember Randy Havel?
Yeah.
We started
Oh, yeah.
out drinking in his garage, and around 11 o'clock that night, Dave Matthai says, let's go up to Notre Dame. And we're thinking, well, this guy's got to be joking around. We're half in the bag,
Oh,
He's driving that old Buick Special he used to drive. And I didn't think he even knew where the hell he was going. He said he'd never been there before. But no, guess what?
no
He
kidding.
planned to drop me off at home. And then, see, I know he's on 294
Wow.
heading up there. And, and I don't know how he did it. He got us there.
Wow.
And I remember Bob Burbridge. Remember Bob Burbridge?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he had one of the rooms up there with a bunch of people, and we had to literally climb up the something. I don't know what it was, trellis or something like that, to get into his second floor motel room. And everybody was freaked out. It was past midnight, well past midnight.
Holy cow.
They couldn't believe, like, oh my God, here's Smitty, B.O., and Booger. Unbelievable.
I remember that, and Mike was asking about who that was that climbed up there, and I said, it sounds like something Booger would do.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done it on my own, but of course, we're always going to follow the leader.
So
Boy,
who
that
was the first
amazing.
one up? Was it Booger?
Of course. Absolutely. I never
We
would have done
answered
that
your
on my
question,
own.
Mike.
Yeah. That was sure shocking. We're all like, what the hell are these guys doing here?
Oh man, you guys were shocked. I'll never forget that look on your face.
That was the party of a lifetime, I think.
That was something. I think we all slept on the floor for a few hours, and then we headed home the next morning at some point. I don't know how it ended up. We ended up coming back to Chicago,
Hmm.
and Booger
You
and
took that
BO
wrong
were-
exit.
Skyway.
Yeah, we ended up coming down 55. Yeah, we took a wrong exit somewhere.
Huh.
Booger and BO ended up, I mean, literally wrestling in the middle of the center area between the two sides of the expressway,
Holy cow.
wrestling in broad daylight with a case of open beer in the car, and they're out wrestling in the middle of I-55.
Yeah.
You
Sometimes
can't make
you
this
gotta-
stuff up.
No,
You can't
I was
make it
gonna
up.
say any other person I would say you're bullshitting, but no, that's exactly I know that
And
would
the
be
funny part is that's not surprising with those
Not at
guys.
all.
exactly.
Well, we
That's
were
business
some,
as usual.
yeah, we were some characters, boy. I tell you,
Business as usual.
yeah, that was something else.
Seriously.
What were we
If
gonna
they
say,
didn't
Mike?
act like
Part
that
is
when
how
you
we
did
never got
something
arrested.
wrong.
I was
You're
going to
doing
say,
this-
and there were no arrests.
Yeah, broad
Did you-
daylight.
Did you ever notice that though, when we were growing up, when you saw the lights, your 40 time increased by 1.28 seconds?
Yeah.
I ran from many a cops, not driving, but running many a time, and it worked all but once. I ended up in the bridge. I ran up in the Bridgeview jail at least 2 or 3 times that I
Oh,
recall.
We
wow.
would wait for him at 83rd and Thomas when it was snowing real bad. I think it was 78 or 79, where
Yeah.
you were up over the buses waiting for the bus
Yeah.
and you'd slide down the snow ramp. But we'd wait there at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, all drunk and shit. Here comes a Bridgeview cop, going slow on the snow and stuff. And the other corner, we'd have 2 guys on each corner, and somebody yell fire, and there come the snowballs hitting his car. He gets out. He's got those rubber galoshes on, and he's screaming, "I know where you guys live." And we're like, "No, you don't." Keep running. Yeah, we'd sabotage him.
I
Wow.
remember the coolest Bridgeview cop. I know you know him, Danny. Chuck Chigas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he passed away.
Yeah, he did, I think last year, the year before.
Yeah, because he was running security over there at the Toyota Park. Last time I heard,
Yeah, he
but
was.
he was the
Oh, my
greatest
goodness.
guy in the world.
Oh, man.
Mike, I remember one time. Yeah, you might have been there.
Yeah.
Brander. I stopped by Brander's house one night, and I don't know why, but Brander, not Keith, the other one. And
Brian?
I
Not
stopped.
Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, Brian.
There's only Keith
Oh,
and
Brian.
Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, so I stopped over there having a little get together. I just stopped over there uninvited. I didn't think it was a big deal, and he wanted me to leave, and I said, "No, I'm not going." And I said, "No, I'm not leaving." He said, "Okay, I'll call the police." Who shows up? Chuck Chigas. And he comes to the door. He goes, "Smitty, come on outside, would you?" I go, "Smitty, what are you doing? Come on." He goes, "This ain't worth it, man. Just go. It ain't worth it." I said, "All right." And he gave me a get out of jail free card. He called it one of his business cards. Have you ever had any problems, Smitty? He said, "Just give me a call. Okay. I don't care what time of day or night it is."
Wow.
Never had to use it though, but that's a cool dude. He ended up
Yeah.
being chief of police. He was a patrolman, a sergeant, chief of police, chief of security at Toyota
Yeah.
Park. What a good dude.
I remember
never
when he
forget-
was a rookie. I remember
Wow.
when
Yeah.
he just got on the force.
No kidding.
Yeah.
They called him Chuck Nose. Remember, because he had the big nose.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
he was security at Kmart.
You're right. He
Yeah.
was before he got on the police force.
Yes, exactly. Before
You're right.
wow,
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember one time I went to a Blackhawks game. I think it was me and Chuck and he had a really good looking girlfriend back then. And they were sitting right next to us at a hockey. That's how we really got to know each other.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean,
Oh,
it's
man.
always good when you're that age and you're not doing right to know a cop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely could come in handy, although, it never really
Yeah.
did, but it could have.
Right. Right.
Fish and Sparrow were pretty cool too.
Yeah, Sparrow was a truant officer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, I
a
remember.
he was a regular cop though for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I remember I grew up in a pretty rough home with stepdads and shit. And I remember he used to come to, break up fights and shit. And he was always really nice to us because we were little kids.
Yeah.
And he would, get us out of the house and then take care of the business
Oh,
and then
boy.
take away people if he had to or
Oh, boy.
but he was a really nice guy.
Didn't his
Yeah.
wife do daycare or something?
I'm not sure.
You guys remember Russ, the cop?
The name sounds familiar.
He just passed away like a couple weeks ago.
Man.
Hmm.
I remember my 2 arrests in Bridgeview, both for possession of alcohol underage. That's a surprise. That's a surprise, right?
My brother too.
Once at the Sheridan Drive-In,
Yeah.
walking with a little Playmate in my hand, and way in the back, you know, where we used to sneak in by Burger King over there.
Yeah, under
Yeah,
the
the
Park
hole
fence.
in the
car, Burger
fence.
King,
Like a
go to
hole in
the
the
fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the greatest thing. Man, I met, oh man, I had some of my greatest times over there at Sheridan Drive-In. Except for the fight once we got into with
Revis.
Stag, not Stag, the high school
Revis.
there in Burbank. Revis.
Revis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Take their Letterman jackets. Kick ass and take their jackets.
The other time was I was at a Kegger party right across the street from Booger's old house on Beloit. One
By
of the girls-
Sherman? By
It wasn't
Sherman?
Sherman. It was that girl that lived next door to Sherman.
Oh, I never
think.
knew there was a girl that lived next door to
Oh
Sherman.
my God,
Yeah,
Sherman.
I can't think of her name. I think I dated her for about 2 weeks. But anyway, we're at a Kegger party over there of some sort. I had standing in the driveway, like, you know, like I own the world, with a beer in my hand, a cup of beer. And everything I know, I see a cop running at me. I'm like, whoa. I dropped the beer. I headed over the 6-foot fence behind the yard, ran to the park there, and end up hiding somewhere by those factories over there by the railroad tracks.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Yeah,
no, I did not attend the Kegger.
No.
Nor
In
did
case you
were
I
wondering.
want to.
And I was hiding, and they walked right by me. I could see their feet. I was under like a big giant rack with all kinds of junk laying on it and stuff like that. And I heard them talking, and I could see their feet. Well, I'm laying down under this thing in the weeds, and I could see them walk by with their feet. Hey, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? So like an idiot, what do? I wait a little while till the smoke clears, and I go back there.
Oh,
Now I got another
geez.
beer. Now I got another beer in my hand. And what happened? What happened?
So, Smitty,
Oh.
are you planning to have a Kegger? You know, like,
I'd love to have a Kegger at the woods.
yeah, I would too. I would like to join.
Yeah, I went to the woods.
is-
I was just at the woods last Saturdays, man. It was 65, 68 degrees out. We
It was
went over to
beautiful.
Maple Lake. It was nice. It was real nice. Real nice day.
Yeah.
Bob,
Yeah,
this
Oh.
is going to go on for every show now. You
I'm
know,
just,
right?
I'm very,
Tracy's chomping at the bit for a Kegger party.
Yeah,
for the
he
last
is,
2
actually.
months.
yeah,
We should do that.
yeah. I'm
But we
trying
need-
to
Half of us
fulfill a
don't
lifelong dream.
Do you still
More
drink,
than half
Tracy?
of us don't drink.
Oh yeah,
Tracy, you don't drink anymore, do you?
yeah. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I usually
Responsibly, he
drink.
drinks
I usually
responsibly.
drink in the morning.
He wants to
I'm
fill
thinking,
up
yeah,
his-
I'm thinking
Which is
maybe
really
we
bizarre.
need an
He
intervention.
wants to fill up his new mug.
So as
There
a
you go.
runner,
Whatever.
we usually will have an activity that concludes in the morning, and you know the running does make you thirsty,
The Irish Marathon.
and so usually the
drink while you're
drinking
running.
commences after the outing, and it usually is before noon. So ironically, I tend to drink in the morning.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Anybody planning on going to the Southside Irish Parade Sunday?
No.
Yeah, they're having it
Oh.
this year.
Is anybody
Yeah.
planning tomorrow to go to the Archer Avenue parade?
I didn't know there was an Archer Avenue.
Yeah,
Parade.
there
Yeah,
is
it's the dedication for that.
for Ella French.
Yeah, Ella.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think they've had that parade before. If I'm
Oh, the
not
one on Western
mistaken.
is I haven't been there in 25 years, maybe, but it was.
I know
a
that
pub
one
crawl.
well.
Pub
Yeah.
crawl, one to the
But
other.
I heard it's different now. I heard the police will harass you over there if you're drinking
Oh,
out in
yeah.
public.
Well,
Yeah, they
you know,
They had to
it-
tone it
they
down.
also have it like, you know, families on one side of Western and drinkers on the other side of Western. So,
And it
Yeah,
was
they
always
did.
like that, but it got out of hand.
well, yeah, it did. That's
No,
why
They
what
were
I
this
feel
younger
sorry
generation. They don't know how to handle their alcohol.
They
I
were
feel-
bussing. You know what was going on? There were bus tours from people on the north side, and that was really getting out of hand.
No, it's people puking in the alleys and pissing on, you know,
I only did that one
people's
year.
dogs. Yeah. Well,
Not the puking part, but the other
You talk
stuff.
about men pretending they're male dogs?
Tracy,
pissing on the dogs.
Yes.
did you see the one I posted on the reunion website? The kid that does all the Chicago people
Yeah.
impersonates him.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
really
the
funny.
Irish
It's a
Dave.
comedian.
Oh,
He
no.
does-
I
he
haven't
does a
I haven't
skit
blacked
about-
out. He's
He does
like,
a
I'm gonna
skit
black
about
out by
that.
11.
I could put it down now.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. I was kind of
Get it away from the edge, Trace.
Is it? It's back. Trace, your voice sounds different on that microphone.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it sounds deeper,
Nice.
The radio voice, yeah.
Awesome.
right?
The
Is
future
it
is,
Out
just
with the
me or
weather.
you got-
the future is
He's got
bright.
that Al Jolson.
Meh.
I
Pizza?
got pizza. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you bring
Is
enough
that
for
cut in
everyone?
a triangle?
You know who I feel sorry
Now I'm
for?
craving.
Is
Bob,
the
is that cut in a triangle?
no. I mean,
Okay,
just like,
all right.
like a piece of pizza.
It's not a triangle. Oh, you got
Ooh.
it in a triangle.
Ooh. You're not going to
Gotta be in
fold it, are you?
squares.
I took a bite out of it. It's
Gotta be in
hot.
squares, bud. Squares.
Man, I'm craving.
Mm.
Well, that's so funny because I was just telling my son Danny, because we make a lot of the frozen pizzas,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'll cut them into the triangle, and then one day I said, you know what? I'm gonna start cutting them like the Chicago areas do, and then I made squares out of it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
No.
it looks better.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look better.
And then
The
you
big
got
debate.
Big
middle,
frozen pizzas.
and then you got middle pieces. So if you don't like the crust,
Hey,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
some-
you justice people over there.
Yeah. What do you
Where
want over
is-
there?
Where is the branding iron?
well, right now it used to be on 95th in Oak Lawn,
Yeah, it was in Oak Lawn.
and now it's on it's connected to Toyota Park.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
71st and
connected.
Harlem.
Pardon?
I've been wanting to go there.
It's connected to the.
Well, I mean, it's on that property.
We're going to have to do a show from
It's
there.
71st and Harlem.
Well, no, because my
We'll have to
friend's
do-
band is playing at that whatever it's pavilion.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's tied in. With
So when you
SeatGeek.
get there, where
Yeah,
do you?
yeah.
I thought it was
again-
on the opposite. Is
no,
it on
it's
the
all
opposite
on the same.
side?
It's all on the same property.
It's like in the front.
of Toyota Park. Toyota Park, like originally, well, that's Bridgeview, but they owned all that property.
It's kind of like the
So is it by
front.
the hotel?
It's I think it would be the south of the hotel, and then
So it's
And close to the street.
and close to Harlem.
Right? Close to Harlem.
Right,
Kind of like the front room
right,
of SeatGeek Stadium.
right.
What's
Oh,
the name of the stadium now?
It's called the
You
Pavilion.
gotta spin the dial.
Yeah, they keep
SeatGeek
changing the
Stadium.
names to all these venues, and I
And
hate it.
It's terrible.
Oh, you know why they do that, right?
The highest bidder.
They get
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
It's called money.
Now
That's-
it's
Yeah.
It's still,
and we need
Hey.
money. That's why they call it money.
right.
it's
now
still the
it's
Sears
the-
Tower.
so my friend's band's playing
Willis.
out there in June.
Yeah.
It's on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
an outdoor theater. You know what? I've never actually seen how they set it up out there.
Mike, are
They've
you
got a
getting
lot of
tickets for us?
businesses there now, though. Pardon?
I don't know. Well,
Is
I'm
Mike
going.
gonna
I
get us
don't know.
tickets, or is that why you're saying this? You're gonna get us tickets, or what's going on, buddy?
I don't think you need tickets. I think you just show up.
Oh, it's
Right.
general admission?
Hey, Mike, is there going to
No,
be a
it's-
keg?
I'll have to ask her. Let me ask her what the
Oh, good.
situation is.
Get back to us,
Yeah.
please.
Because I think they're playing with another band.
Oh, this is that group you were, that plays.
Talking about last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Coverlicious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coverlicious? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You guys got good memories. I have a shit memory. I don't remember.
It's from all that
Well,
drinking
I'm-
you didn't do.
You know, it's funny you
Right.
guys are all.
It's from
you're
all that
big
drinking
on
you didn't
music and
do.
everything, but
I didn't.
They
I know
told
that's the
us
same
that
with me.
they told
I
us
didn't
that
smoke either.
I
They
mean, I
always
could
told
care
us-
less when somebody played, at some movie theater, but
No, I don't. Only for arguments, honey.
that's kind of funny. I mean, I don't care. I don't know when guys were born and what states they lived in. I mean, that's kind of cool, but I don't follow that stuff. I'm more of a sports guy,
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about sports? I can chime all night, but music wasn't my big thing.
See, I'm a mechanics and science guy. I don't know anything about shit except for that stuff.
Oh, I got a few things I like.
Elaborate, Rick.
Hey, you
Huh?
gotta,
Elaborate.
Yeah.
so you posted that thing with the Sesame Street gang or whatever that posting was.
Yeah,
with all
our
Oh, the
the-
gang.
Zoom?
Yeah.
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 So what characters are we?
I don't know. I still
Oh,
I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure that
Well,
out.
there's a lot. Don't forget, there's Alfalfa. Then there's Spanky,
No, not them.
Buckwheat.
No,
Yeah.
the Zoom meeting.
No,
Oh,
the,
that
the-
one.
the Sesame Street.
Oh, I
group.
didn't do that one. That's Rick did that.
Any
I wanna do Hollywood
nominations?
Squares.
Sorry for today.
I think Tracy and Dan could be the two guys up in the booth.
Oh, the old guys.
What are you
Yeah.
talking
There
about?
you go. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
the two
Yeah.
critics.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
were.
I don't know.
What were you gonna say,
My
Smitty?
daughter.
But I was gonna say that today was the downtown Irish parade, right?
No, not today. Tomorrow, right?
You know how cold it's gonna be tomorrow, just like today. I feel
Yeah.
sorry
Yeah.
for them people.
That's why there's Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 16 when they go dye the river.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, last Saturday was the Fla in Oak Forest. It was perfect, just perfect weather.
Oh,
And,
last Saturday was beautiful.
It was, yeah, they really had awesome weather. And then Manhattan has a fest on the first Saturday of March, and that, you know, obviously they had a great day. You know,
That's right out here, not too far.
yeah,
Been to Manhattan. Went out there last summer a couple of times. Yeah, it's pretty decent out there. It's not far.
yeah, oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of bars right in the corner. I actually seen an Elton John tribute there.
Oh, okay.
It was decent.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Do you ever
Yeah.
go to CD and Me?
That's
Any
a
of you?
great place
Yeah.
in Frankfurt. I love it.
And they get some
Yeah,
great
nice.
acts there.
Yes, yes.
Really,
That's a-
some great
The
entertainment.
venue there is just so aesthetic. I mean,
Yeah.
it's beautiful out there. It's
Yeah,
laid
I
back
went
in
to a
the
couple
weed.
weddings there.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
cool to
that's
put an
nice.
outing together and make that happen, you know, especially
Yeah.
with good weather and
I
whatnot.
I
heard
think
that.
they have things going on there. I want to say like every Thursday night all summer long.
Yeah, friends of mine are there. They're always there. It's like every
Yeah.
week they're there. It's the
Nice
latest,
place.
you know.
Nice
The
place.
lead,
It
the
is
lead
nice.
singer for Heart is supposed to be at Taste of Joliet.
Oh, no
And
kidding.
the singer though. What about the rest of the band?
Just her.
Yeah.
Who is
forget it.
Mike?
What's her name?
Ann
Wilson?
Wilson?
Ann Wilson.
Annie?
Yeah.
Ann
Yeah,
Wilson? Oh, she's got
Yeah.
some pipes.
She does.
Incredible.
She's gonna be at
Good
Joliet
singer.
Fest.
She's a good singer.
She's a great gal. I don't know if you listen to podcasts, but there's this fella, Bob Lefsetz. He interviews so many different people in the music industry, and he had a real nice chat with Annie Wilson, and she's a sweetheart. Just tremendous, just like so down to earth and laid back, and no pretense at all. Just really amazing.
Nancy ain't looking too
podcast.
bad either these days.
Yeah, and those two are really special. You know, just
You
great
get Ann,
gals.
Nancy, and you get Stevie all in the. Oh,
Always,
man.
always liked them.
Stevie Nicks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Stevie
Beautiful.
Nicks, yeah,
He's
Damn.
good.
yeah.
That would have been a great limo ride.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And you got another Annie Lennox.
Are we gonna have to edit that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't.
What's going on?
Who, me?
Are you gonna beat somebody up?
I switch gears a little bit. I happened to watch that episode of Chicago Med with Max on there.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty good.
Oh
That
yeah.
was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
It's weird how he was able to sit in there for that, it seemed like a long time, but that was a pretty decent role he played.
Well, you know what's interesting about that? His last one that he spent a lot of time in bed was at
General.
General Hospital because
Right,
he played a guy that had Alzheimer's, and
Yeah.
in the late stages of it, most of the scenes was him laying there.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Because he
Yeah.
was Sonny's dad. He was Sonny Corinthos' dad.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Mike, I was blown away by it. Having worked on that show and just knowing the general tenor and tone of how that show is put together, he really had a phenomenal scene in this episode. It was one of the best things I've seen on television in a long,
it was
long
kind of
time.
serious on one end and it was
Yeah.
comical on the other.
And there was a tone to it that was so subtle, and he just played it so well. It was like somebody you knew your whole life that just was in the scene. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. And then Dan and I were speculating on whether or not the scene was shot here in Chicago, and we're kind of thinking that they might have flown actors out to do the scene in LA or in California, which would have been unusual because everything is shot here for Chicago Med.
Hey, Smitty, we're talking about my friend Max. Max
Oh, I
Gale.
remember Max Gale. Yeah.
Yeah, Wojciechowicz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always liked that character.
I'm actually recording episodes of Barney Miller, and just when I have some free time, just going to start watching.
A great
them.
show.
Yeah,
Sure.
I always thought it was great as a kid, and once again,
Yeah, I remember it. I used to always watch it.
watching
One
it
of
all
my-
these years later is going to be incredible.
One of the other ones that was good on that show was Inspector Luger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was, yeah.
All
Yeah,
good
I like
characters.
Steve Landisberg pretty good too.
Yes.
He was good. Detective Dietrich.
He was such a hot item.
Yeah,
And then gone.
that's it.
Isn't that
like that.
weird?
Yeah.
Like he was
Guy
all
from-
over the place.
That guy from Taxi, what's his name? He was like that too. I think he died though.
Are you
Right
talking
at the-
about Andy Kaufman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he died. Or there's
Yeah, he died.
speculation that he
Yeah,
faked
and he's
his own
still
death.
alive. Yeah.
That he's still alive.
he's with
Yeah, and
That's what I
Elvis is
heard,
working
too.
at Burger King.
Yeah.
Him and Elvis,
Right.
right? Him and Elvis are at the
Yeah,
laundry.
right.
Who's got the fryer today?
Who's got the fryer?
Gina,
What?
I'm sure this is an optical
Fryer.
illusion, but what you're wearing looks like something like cavemen wear, like those big
No,
buffalo hides.
it's
It's
just
a
a throw.
babushka.
It's
Oh.
not. It's cold and I'm showing too much. So
And she's, and
I'm being appropriate.
Gina, keep
No,
it
it's
R-rated, please. Keep it R-rated.
Hey, there's a thing called moving the camera.
I don't think we'll have to edit
sorry.
that. I'll
Where is
confer
he
with
going?
Dan, but I think we're going to be okay. We won't need to edit that per se.
It's
I thought
cold.
maybe
though,
you were. I
seriously.
thought maybe you were going for the Cowardly Lion theme.
I am.
If she were king of the forest, Mike.
She's
Yeah.
got the hair. She's got the hair going, and then she's got that. I think it's brown. Is that brown?
Yeah. It is.
Kind of looked like the Cowardly Lion there.
Yeah. I
I'll
might
tell
be.
you what, I don't think it'll ever get by the censors.
or
Yeah,
the
right.
bag lady from back in the day.
I look like a bag lady.
Oh,
I don't know. Wait a
All you
minute.
need is a cart and a chihuahua.
it's
and you're
amazing
all
when
set.
Dan leaves the room, things really digress.
They get out
Yes,
of
they do.
control real
Well,
quick.
Yeah,
see,
really
Tracy,
wild.
Trace, you're supposed to be the stand-in moderator.
I
That's
know.
why you
What are
have
you
to have an
doing,
MC.
There's a
He
time
looks
and a
like
place.
he's getting ready to do the 10
Dogs.
o'clock news.
Dogs and cats living in harmony.
Walter Winchell with you, folks.
We go live.
Can we have some decorum now? Guys, this is an amazing.
He's the
place.
60s
This
TV
is
guy.
this is cool.
Trace, is
walked
that
in
chair as
here.
comfortable as it looks?
Yeah, let me tell you,
That's-
this is like I've gone to somebody's home that I've known my whole life. This is incredible. And in this garage, there's a lot of different tools, really like heavy duty pieces of equipment. And it's not big. I mean, it's not anything large. There's like hardwood flooring
Yeah, he
combined
did
with
that.
metal. I mean, it's really cool in here.
See, that just shows you that's how talented he is. He did all that.
Oh yeah, it's and just
It's
the
not like he
energy.
bought that in a kit. He made it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
all of
always been-
this is.
Yeah, he's always been talented like that.
Hey,
Yeah, it's-
Trace,
Yeah,
Trace,
yeah,
that'd be the ideal place for a kegger, wouldn't it?
it really would.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Is there a
Too bad-
liquor store near
Too
you?
bad he didn't drink.
We just got to find like some sort of connectors and plumbing. I don't know that there's any plumbing.
Oh, he could do a kegerator out of an old Frigidaire refrigerator.
Yeah, he's got the fridge and the freezer over by there.
There you
know.
go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Drill a hole, get a CO2 tank and a kegger, and you're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why, so you have a kegger in there for like what, 1 or 2 people to drink?
It would be good.
Yeah.
So Trace, what's
Yes.
your intake on the baseball thing? What's your input on the lockout?
Yeah, it's interesting that they were able to figure this thing out and to do it before, because it gets to a point where the fans are expecting a season to happen. So obviously it's going to start later, but it made sense that it was going to finally get resolved. The money's too good.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
now they're gonna have what, DHs on both sides?
Well, yeah, I
They're
think
talking
that's,
about
advertising on
that
the
for
uniforms
years.
too now.
that's a union concession to say, okay, this will get, another, 15 players. How many teams are in the National League? Is it 15?
Something like that. I think
Yeah.
there's
So now you got
32
15 more positions that generally are going to make good money.
So the beers are going to go from 10.50 to 13.50.
Yeah. How about that?
I went to a Hawks game a couple weeks ago, and I paid
Uh-huh.
about $14 for a beer.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
believe
crazy?
it. I believe it.
And I'm going
When
to
you
another
bought
game.
them
I'm
though,
going to another
but you
game
bought
Tuesday.
it.
20
course
years
I
ago. 20 years ago.
I
we
snuck a
went
couple
there.
in too, Mike.
How like you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
always had
But
deep
somehow-
pockets, right?
I'm gonna not drink. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. With my brother, we usually go to Billy Goat and have it there,
Yeah,
and then just kind of go into the venue refreshed.
that's a good way to
There's a
do it.
7-Eleven
Yeah.
across the street there too.
Yeah, it's probably
We would run
$15
down
at
there between
7-Eleven.
innings. We'd run down there between innings and
Here.
each suck down 3 beers and then run back up.
Huh.
Between innings, run back to 7-Eleven, suck 3 more beers down.
Seems
I
like a
get
lot
there,
of work.
I get
I'd
there
pay
about 2
15
hours
bucks.
early and start pounding.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then we took the L there, but we took the local bus back, me and my brother-in-law, instead of the express. Holy
Oh.
shit. You're talking
drink-
about, it was a bad
All
bus
kinds
ride
of
home, man.
characters.
You drink all that beer and then you wind up in the bathroom the whole game.
No, man.
No,
That's one
that's
thing.
why you don't piss, because once you unplug that, then you gotta
Yeah.
piss all the
That's
time.
it.
Yeah. Opening day for the White Sox.
Wait a
is
minute. How do you
brutal.
know, Gina?
Because I've been around.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm just checking.
I mean,
Well,
you're not
you
a
know.
camel for crying out loud.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What do they say, man? When you pop the top, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike and his camel references. That's not very nice.
Not you.
They have a good understanding.
Yeah.
Fuck
You
off.
already called her a lion, Mike.
They kind of
Guys,
they have a certain telepathy.
who?
Who are you talking to?
Who, me?
No,
What do you think?
Marty.
Yeah, the peanut.
Why doesn't
gallery.
Marty want to be in the show?
No, Gina told me to fork off this. I said, this guy here is talking about camels.
She-
I
she-
told
what
her to
happened?
fuck off.
Oh my.
What?
Who got
May have
fucked
to
off?
edit that.
No, I told him to because he. Oh my God.
You told Marty to fuck off?
Yes.
Why? He's not even
Listen,
here.
I've been married for 31 years. I think I have the right to tell him to fuck off if I want to.
Whoa, it's in a clause somewhere.
It's a. Oh my gosh.
I've been
Have-
divorced twice,
Did
so
we-
I got nothing to say about that.
Right. Have we just met? I mean, I'm not mean.
It's
Marty, there's
definitely-
support
it's-
groups for you.
It's definitely in a small print called the fuck off clause.
Yeah,
See?
yeah.
I've experienced it and done it, so I know.
See? Been there, done that.
There's nothing
got it.
wrong
What,
with
you have
that.
like 35 years?
I would
Yeah.
get it. I
Well,
would get it. I
30,
would get it in Spanish.
37 this year.
Yeah. And no. He said Dan buys lawn tractors for no reason.
I do what?
Buy lawn tractors for no reason.
That's right. For no reason.
That's okay. Marty picks his out of the garbage. So, he's just a step behind you. How many do we have, honey?
I did.
Now it's honey.
Marty has 14. Okay, how many of them run, honey? Half of them.
So that would be 7.
Thanks.
How much is he selling them, Gina?
He's always telling them. Have we just met? I mean,
Why don't you guys get, well, I want to buy one of them. I need one for the lawn, man. I'll drive it
you
around
know what
town.
he does? He sells all the good ones, and then the kids have to cut the grass with, like, just the roller, the
Good.
manual
It,
ones.
it teaches them responsibility.
It
Right, and
saves
what
on
how-
gas too.
how
It's a
big
good
that
workout.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have like a quarter of an acre, half acre, half
Hell's half acre.
hell's half acre.
Hmm.
So there you go. Unincorporated Joliet. So
That's where the bodies are buried.
that is right next to the septic tank.
That's bad. You
Is
always
it?
blame the smell on the septic.
Oh, our neighbor tried to say that our septic was leaking. I had 2 Will County police sheriffs and the head of environmental whatever for Joliet or Will County, and some lady coming walking the perimeter of our yard because the lady next door didn't like Marty or doesn't like Marty. So they walked the whole thing. The cops are here. I'm like, why are you guys here? Just, because of unruly homeowners. And they're like, oh, something like that. So they stood and watched me while I watched them. They didn't find anything. So why don't people get in trouble for harassing people? So it was unfounded. There was no reason for them, but they said that, they can smell it, there's sewage and it's leaking, and it wasn't. It was bullshit. But
I would make her a
Gina,
chocolate
did
cake.
you tell him once and for all, my shit don't stink?
no, I went and shat in her yard. Shit in her yard. No.
Ge-
No,
Hey,
they should
Gina?
go there.
Hey, Gina,
Yes,
why
dear.
don't you make her a chocolate cake as a show of goodwill?
No, she doesn't trust us.
Or some brownies that look like turds?
Oh,
Brownies.
or just brownies that make her feel funny.
There you go.
Special brownies.
Or
Special
chocolate
brownies.
Right. Wise or whatever, Rise is right down the street from me. So
Who is it? Oh yeah,
the
you,
Rise,
yeah,
remember I showed you the other
yeah,
day.
you showed me that on your tour.
Yeah.
You
See,
gotta stop there and you
Marty
gotta
and I
stop.
take Rick on rides driving in the car.
Yeah. It's like the virtual tour of Joliet.
Yeah.
And here we have another crackhead being arrested.
No, it's not that bad.
Hey, you know what I
Marty said it
noticed?
wasn't that bad.
You know what I noticed? This means everybody that we grew up with almost moved out here.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
It's
'Cause
like
of
little
warrants.
Brazil.
Because of war.
Yes.
They had to go to a different county.
Different county.
Yeah, this is not a good county to have warrants. How about it, Gina and Mike?
Yeah,
No.
it's kind of funny though, because like there's a few people I graduated with that live out this way, but you never see anybody. You never
Yeah.
run to see
Well, it was like
anybody
at
in
the
a store.
reunion at the hotel, Mike.
Yeah,
There
right.
was like
No,
50 of us there.
for
Right.
as many of us that live out here, you would think you would run into, because like Brian and Tony when he lived out, these guys don't live, they live even closer to me than I live to Mike.
Hmm.
Right.
And I never ran into them in the stores or, their kids are around the age of mine, some of my kids.
Mhm.
So,
Even like Lubansky lives out here.
yeah. There's a lot of people out here. Look there's 3 of us right now.
And what's her name? Kim. You remember
Oh,
her?
really? Yeah.
Yeah, she lives not too far down the street here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Probably more than we're even touching on.
Was she
But
the
yeah.
girl with the large, you know what?
What's that?
Was
You
Kim
can say
Kardashian-
it. You can say boobs. You can say tits. You can
was
say
she
any
the
of
one
them.
with the large boobs?
I don't know. She used to live
Was-
behind.
Was she well endowed?
Ah, here we go. Lawsuit.
It's all semantics.
I don't know. She lived somewhere back behind the
Oh,
bank
right. She
somewhere.
was short with. Yeah.
Gonna be a movie about us, the Joliet 5.
The greatest moments in misogyny.
Yeah, right.
You in Joliet, Rick?
No, I'm in Moments.
Oh.
I'm in Mayberry.
Down
didn't
the road.
realize you were out that far. I knew you were far
yeah.
out, but I didn't know you were
Well,
out that
that's
far.
what I'm
So
saying. You're gonna
far
have to, for the Kegger trace, you're gonna have to bring a tent.
Rick has many warrants.
You
That's why
know,
he's so out so far.
If there's maybe if there's like a Hampton Inn nearby.
Yeah, I'll put a sign up in the yard for you.
Okay.
It says Hampton Inn, and I'll spell it right too.
Okay.
And then they'll throw you a tent.
Yeah.
Not pitching a tent.
Yeah,
throwing-
you know,
That's a whole nother kind of tent.
camping
That's
for
Trace,
me
you're
right.
gonna
is,
be so hammered it ain't gonna matter.
Why?
You know? I mean,
If
you
you
go to a
pitch your
Kegger
tent,
party, you
that
gotta,
might calm me
gotta-
down a bit.
Go get your uncle's van.
There you
it's
go.
Long gone.
Oh,
Long gone. Yeah. That's long
You
gone.
could. Did you find a van?
Oh no, never did.
You haven't been trying, have you?
Well, not lately.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked to see if they're still looking for
Oh.
that project.
they already they already shot that one 3 weeks ago.
Well, they're
Waiting for
in
Mike to have a party.
they're in production now. In fact, somebody that I know, he actually has a speaking role in it. And you know, that's really, really cool. And it's something I have not been able to get to.
Well, that's going to be cool too, because when you do announce it, or you just let us know that you're going to have one, if you can, I'm ordering a pizza with extra sausage.
Awesome. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk the ICCU for you, buddy.
Oh man, I love it. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, we gotta rev this engine up.
There you go.
Yeah, we gotta get some audition tapes going. We gotta make this happen.
I want
I ended up on Judge Mathis' show.
Want to hear in
You know
10
what?
years.
I did a Judge Mathis. I never watched the episode.
I never did either.
This was 5 years ago, and that was one of the experiences that led me down the path to actually attempting to work as an actor. You know,
Huh.
I never saw myself on camera or any of that. It was just being in the room with just that presence of, you know, them filming, and it just sort of, it was one of those moments where I'm like, I should be doing this. I should actually be
It
like,
was the environment you were in.
yeah. It was one of those moments where I'm like, I should be doing this.
So
You
were
got the
just a
bug- you got the
spectator, or
bug
were you-
late.
Yeah, and it was just my wife and I were together, and we were just spectators in the audience,
Oh, okay.
and just the whole process of being involved in it, it really kind of got the juices flowing to say, why don't I just go after this and try to unlock the mystery of it? Yeah.
Well, how
That-
many people
notice-
actually have gone on and seen Jerry Springer live, like actually been there?
No, never. No,
Mm.
never. I
Hey,
could only
hey,
imagine what that must have
Hey,
been like.
Smitty, what was your story? I know you actually were on there, right?
Yeah, I was on. There was as a litigant.
Oh,
One
wow.
thing I
Oh, wow.
noticed about that set, it's so phony.
Yeah.
Just it's all like paper mache, you know. And I tell
Yeah.
you, and those TV shows, courtroom TV shows, there ain't nothing about the law. It's about comedy and it's about berating
Hey,
people and
these aren't real
belittling.
tools.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, you could have fooled me. You know.
The real stuff there.
I'm
So
not-
what was the case about?
It's pretty wild, Dan.
I mean, if you want to talk about it.
statute of limitations?
I was staying
Are
with
you?
a guy. I was in between. I was in transitional housing.
Oh,
And I
man.
was staying with a guy for about a month or so. And this guy, I bought a car from him. He worked at a car dealership. But after I gave him the money for the car, you know, it started out he wanted to sell me a car for, told me it would be wholesale. But as soon as the guy had the check, all of a sudden now he's going to find me something local, meaning retail, right?
Hmm.
So he gets me the car. He wanted me to actually use my money so he could buy cars from the auto auction and try to make money off them. I said, no, I don't want you doing it. I just want a car. I want a title and a car, and that's it.
The hell?
So he wasn't too crazy about that. And basically, we started getting into arguments about the car. And he was supposed to include it with the car, supposed to be a license plates, right? And a registration.
Oh boy.
That's a $400 value, and he didn't include that.
Oh boy.
So I was renting a phone from him temporarily.
Oh man.
And so I told him, he kicked me out of his house.
Shit.
Yeah, he kicked me out. So I said, I'll give you your phone back when I need it for a while till I find another place to stay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was kind of ugly. And
Wow.
he wanted the phone back a week later. I said, you know what? I'll give you the phone back when you give me my $400 for my title and my plates, title transfer plates, all that stuff, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And he got mad. He didn't like that answer. Next thing I know, I'm getting served with papers. Fine. I countersued him for $411.
Yep.
You know, so I countersued him. Next thing I know, he calls me up and says, well, Judge Mathis picked up the case. So I'm thinking that's cool. You know, Judge Mathis, okay, yeah, I know they're going to give me a limo ride, which they did. They're going to give me cash. Now, what I did when I countersued him, I actually turned it into a big grandiose case with punitive damages and everything. And because, you know, that's my former profession. But when the producers of the show said, look, we can't go into all that. We only got a few minutes to put on a show. We got to keep it real simple. I said, well, I'll drop the big part of my case just to put it on the show. But I'll tell you, give me a little more money. They only want to give me $300 for an appearance. I got them up to $500. Okay, so that was good.
Wow.
Yeah, I got them up to $500 cash money.
Okay.
So we went through the whole thing. It was silly. The whole thing was just silly. The guy that sued me was a black guy, and then the judge I felt that they were kind of like ganging up on me a little bit at the end, at least, maybe not in the beginning. So, but he did. The judge did fine for both of us. He found for him, which was like $1,100 for this old iPhone, and then he found for me $411. The only problem was the show actually pays the verdicts off.
Right. I thought so. I wasn't sure about that.
Plus the appearance fee.
Right.
Problem
Right.
is I didn't get $411. What they do is, and I should have known this, they do what's called an offset. In other words, the $1,100 he was owed, they minus my $411, and then they paid him the difference, and I got nothing extra.
Okay.
I wasn't too happy about that, but I should have known that's actually the law does work that way. So I should have known that.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping for the best, but you know,
How long ago was this?
I'm gonna say about a year, maybe about a year and a half ago.
Oh, this is real recent.
Yeah. It was during the COVID.
During the pandemic.
It was right after. It was the first show after the pandemic.
No kidding.
Yeah, and they were running a real. Nobody in the audience.
Did you film at NBC Tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we did ours.
But I mean, the downtown was like a ghost town. The building was a ghost town.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, the set was real phony, you know.
You're right.
Paper mache and all this stuff.
Yep.
Smitty, you cracked me up. Out of all our friends, you're the only one I could see this ever happening to.
You're right about that. It only
Are you
happened
suggesting
to me.
he's typecast?
Yeah, exactly. I think you're typecast into
I
that
think I am.
position.
Somebody gave me wrong information. I went afterwards and called the producers. A buddy of mine told me that I could become a union, Screen Actors Guild member because I had appeared on the show and had a speaking part. Sounded good.
You're way ahead of me, pal.
Yeah, so I called them, the producer, and I asked her about it. She said, no, it don't work that way.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be SAG eligible. I think you'd have to have more. You have to have several
put in
appearances.
So much hours.
Yeah, I
and
went to their
time.
website. I checked it out thoroughly. I called them, and they said the same thing. They said no.
The tricky thing with SAG is that, you know, you have to pay this huge amount up front, and then you got to pay monthly dues. You're not guaranteed work, meanwhile.
Yeah, that's how it is with a lot of unions.
Yeah, but that's how unions are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't have done all that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Huh.
A patriot.
Well, there you go.
Don't start me on this whole SAG thing. I looked in the mirror today. I've got man boobs.
I was just saying that, you know. I got shit sagging everywhere, man.
I plead the fifth.
The fucking cat was chasing me around earlier, and I'm not going to tell you why.
I refuse to answer, as the answer may incriminate me.
Listen to this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not touching this one.
So speaking of man boobs,
Can't touch this.
I think we all have them at a certain age. But I kind of got sick and tired of looking at what was below the like around the waistline. So about a year or two ago, I went to one of
talking
these
about-
liposuction places.
What?
And
Say it
the
again.
doctor, huh?
What did you do?
I went to one of these liposuction
Oh,
places.
liposuction.
He could
Okay.
get rid of my beer gut. And unfortunately, he couldn't. But he said, "Look, we'll take a little bit off down there, you know, down at the waistline."
In the
They
nether
wanna take-
region?
Huh?
In
Yeah,
the,
that region.
the nether region? Okay.
Yeah, that region.
I think I know where that.
And then he wanted to take off some of my breasts because I had the sagging breasts. I said, "Wait a minute here." I said, "I don't need that. I'm going to go start going to the gym and doing bench pressing." He said, "That won't matter." He said, "That won't help." But I didn't. I said, "Nah, forget about it. Just do the stomach." I said, "I don't even care about the man boobs. I'll work around them." Because that would have been extra.
True.
That'll be the title of the show.
Yeah.
And boobs.
He
Man
has a
boobs.
point. I mean, he has 2 points.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe even three.
Unfortunately, though, points are sagging.
And I don't mean Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah. On that note,
What did you do?
How do you top that, right?
one?
that was a
How do you follow
showstopper.
that?
Yeah, that was a show.
We'll have to edit in
Those are
to try
two
to
separate
compensate.
Unfortunately, everybody's trying to not see that.
You know, the visual is what it is.
What
and
is
we
she
just
fucking
kind
doing?
of have to
What
divest.
the? Wait a minute. There's something going on at the Keene household.
Give
There's
it to
always
me.
something going on over there. Down there.
Hit the mute. Hit the mute
Hey,
button.
Tracy,
Yeah.
you got that narrator voice
Oh
going.
my
man.
God,
Yeah.
we got Roseanne.
What?
What?
What the fuck is she doing?
She's rubbing.
I just thought we would not have.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this legal?
Why? It's on the internet. It's a TikTok.
We're gonna have to.
Anyways,
I drove all the way out to Wilmington today.
that's
to
right.
get
I'll just put a thing there.
gas. I got gas out in Wilmington today for $4.25 a gallon.
Yeah.
How far a drive is that
Yeah.
from you?
Actually, from my house, it's 15 miles.
That's a
But
good
from
rate.
where I was at the gym, it was 10 miles.
So did you profit or did you lose money? You think about it.
Well, it was still $75 to fill up. I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
My prior high was about $52, $53.
That's crazy.
I was pretty angry at that point.
I'm glad I don't have my truck anymore. I had a 26-gallon tank on that bad boy.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
that would have been a lot of money.
I know my
The
my
la-
Trailblazer takes way over $100 now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying that on one of the but just remember the last time the gasoline spiked like 15 years ago.
Like
And
08.
I was
Yeah.
spending $250 every 4 days on gas, and I
Wow.
said,
Oh, my God.
I had to transfer.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was insane.
Take out a second mortgage?
No, I transferred like in a week. I went from one company to the next. They're pretty good about that.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's what's
I
going to
guess we're all
happen.
gonna have to get. I guess we're all gonna have to get EVs, right?
Hey, I
No.
like them. I'm all for it.
I had two, but long term, not because it ain't gonna happen short term. They don't got the bugs out of them yet. They're coming
Yeah,
out
right.
with this new battery called the Forever Battery.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to change everything. To
When they get done with these
accommodate
new batteries in maybe a year or two,
What's
then
that
those
cost?
things are gonna be the way to go. As of right now, unless you can buy a Tesla for 60 grand or more, I don't think they're really cost efficient right now because of those
Nothing.
battery packs are too extensive.
Right.
And this Forever Battery is going to cover all that. I mean, this Forever Battery is going to change all
I mean,
technology.
so you're going to have that, and then you're going to have to change your electric. You're going to have things installed in your home to be able to charge your car. And if you have 5 adults driving in your house, where's everybody going to plug in?
Yeah,
it's gonna
right.
be-
Right. I think this is to me is a 5 or 10 year long term transition. And in the
Oh, it's probably
meantime,
longer than that even.
Yeah.
maybe 20 years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
trying to be
You know what
optimistic.
Marty's saying.
But you
Whatever
gotta
you-
start sometime.
You got to start somewhere. I just don't
Yeah.
think
Well,
people
you
should be
gotta
forced
start.
into it
Yeah,
right
oh,
now
yeah.
because it's not ready yet.
Well, like
Yeah.
Marty said, he goes, when you'll see when they start building houses, that's going to come standard, like the plug-in for cars and stuff.
Well,
It'll
they're
have to be
saying-
something that comes with your house.
With
Right.
this forever battery, you know how you ever see an electric power plant, how big they are
Yep.
for an entire community? They're saying with this new battery, the batteries, first of all, they're as big as a thumbnail, but they're going to comprise all these batteries to something about the size of a bus, and that's going to be an entire power plant for an entire community. And these batteries can be recharged in 15 minutes, not 15 hours.
Right.
And they last 10 times longer. So instead of driving 200 or 300 miles in your EV, you'll be able to go 1,000 miles and a 15-minute recharge.
Which is definitely better than a gas car, because even a gas car only gets 300 to 400 miles to a fill up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that's the way to go. But like I say, it's not quite here yet.
No, but you know what? Even the ones they have right now today, if you can plug them in on a regular outlet, but it takes 8 to 12 hours.
That's
But
the problem.
if you got an upgraded circuit like Gina's talking about, you cut that time like by a half to a quarter.
Yeah, but I heard it's another big cost to install those upgraded circuits.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Well, that's why you go on YouTube and you.
Yeah,
get
we're not
yourself-
ready for this yet. In the meantime, we need cheap gas.
Stand in a pot.
YouTube solves every
That's
problem.
right.
Don't try this at home.
I wonder
know
if
what?
kegs could run on forever batteries.
I was thinking, I'm going to get some tattooed eyeballs on my eyelids.
What the fuck?
Those are probably bad.
Are you switching
It
brands?
sounds
No,
painful.
no. So when you doze off, it doesn't look like you're dozing off.
Oh, so when the car's driving for you?
I'm not even talking about cars, Gina.
Oh,
I think Rick's just saying he's bored.
Not
He's about to
bored.
fall asleep.
Not bored.
What? What's the matter, Rick?
Nothing.
Okay.
Is your cat keeping you up at night?
No, but I did have to give my dog up today.
I would imagine being a street creature. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
again.
Uh-oh.
you
There
keep
it is.
talking.
Fade to
You
black.
Fade to
Is this thing on? Did I
There's
break
gonna
it?
be talk now with this shit going dark all the time on YouTube. Then
I
Dan
know.
disappears again.
Oh,
There we
I
go.
think that's like
We're back.
that's
And he's
called
like on the
that's called
floor.
trick photography, ain't
we're
it?
back.
They're up
How
to
about
no
those
good.
Illini?
That's trick
Everything is
photography.
fine.
That's
Nothing.
how he
could,
disappears.
nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Mike, who did they
Half
lose
an
to?
hour.
Because you're chopping at the bit.
I want to alert all our network affiliates that
Indiana.
all is well.
Indiana beat them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparty won
at
today.
sports
They beat
scores.
Wisconsin.
And now sports.
Are you Did you guys watch, or anybody you watched the Vanderbilt game?
No, did they win?
I'm not sure. Mary was watching it.
Who were they playing?
The other team.
God.
Hey now,
Wow.
I don't know.
I need
You almost
The
got
opponent.
You almost got the F bomb there.
I gave him the F-bomb.
The other people.
filet,
Oh.
Yeah.
flambe.
I don't know. To me, these these Big Ten championship games and all this
What?
crap that they do is kind of wasteful.
Well, it's an automatic bid, Mike.
This thing
You know,
was late.
Northwestern could pull
Oh.
That's supposed to remind me to turn the camera
a
on.
miracle and end up in the
Oh.
tournament. You know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
what happens is this is a
Yeah.
regular camera.
But
It'll
you
only
figure
video for
out of
half an hour and
everybody
shuts
in
off.
there, there's
Oh, no
what,
kidding.
7 teams
So,
that are
When
already
it's
eligible.
over there, that's
Yeah.
why I changed views, because I
So-
got the cameras different.
Yeah.
Does it really matter?
And while
if
that one's
Indiana
on,
beats
I'll turn this
Illinois?
one
I mean,
off.
who cares?
Oh, wow, okay.
They're in
You
anyway.
know what I mean? To
Yeah.
try to
These
get
games
rid
are
of
kind of
that
just like practice games.
black spots.
Well, nobody said it doesn't still work.
I'm in my cocoon.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. she's coming out of the pod.
Yeah.
The first one or the second one?
The
I like
first
the
one.
original one best.
Yeah, the first one's better.
Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, but Sutherland in the second one was good.
What are they
Yes,
talking
it
about?
was.
I missed it. What are you talking about?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, I
Well,
never
like
seen
that.
it.
I thought we
Never?
were still on-
Oh
No.
wow, Dan, that's a 50s sci-fi classic.
Yeah.
I know I've heard of it. I never seen it.
And then they remade it again. I've seen it many times. It's a real good movie.
Yeah, I always thought there was like a It was made once, and then there's been like 2 films. The
There's
same.
been 2 remakes?
Yeah, I'm not sure though.
Wow.
Not sure.
Okay,
missed
we're on
one
the
of-
movie scene. Time to go.
Gonna have to look that up.
No, one thing, something's
Mike, it's
never
not even
changed.
10
Mike, you've
o'clock.
always been a party pooper and you still are.
It's
But I
I
only
don't know
10.
nothing about. I don't know nothing about music or movies. I don't.
How,
I don't.
how can you have been a DJ and not know
Don't know
anything
much.
about music?
That's
You
a good
should be
question.
Played it. I
ashamed.
Wait,
didn't-
the other part is, he sings, right? Do you guys know that? Do you guys
Yeah.
know that?
He
That's why you-
sings?
That's why you love that song by Sam Cooke on the Animal House soundtrack, right? Wonderful
Stand
World.
by me. Oh, stand by me.
No, Wonderful World. What a wonderful world it
That's a
could
good
be.
one.
Oh, that yeah,
You
I
know?
don't know.
Don't know much about history.
That's a
Don't
good
know
one.
much
Classic.
biology.
Oh,
Classic.
from Animal House.
From Animal House.
Yeah, yeah.
I just played it. I didn't. I don't do history on it. I just played it. Whatever people like to hear.
There you go.
So you're a slacker, in other words. You
Yeah.
just did the minimal.
Right.
Do the
I'm not the
minimal.
history. I'm not the history buff.
A minimalist.
Do the minimal to the maximal.
Well, neither am I.
That sounds like a commercial.
I go with the flow.
Right.
Hey, Mike, feel free to, redirect the conversation.
I tried. I said, "How about those Illini?" And then we wound up talking about something
Okay,
about
but
body
you're directing
snatchers.
it. You're only you're
was the-
direct.
It was
You're
the
directing it in
invasion.
a way only that you can go. So you have to direct it in a way that's like open to all.
The chemistry.
How
of
about
the
those
two was really
Illini?
amazing.
How about them?
What if we talked about boobs?
did
Would
you
that
get
be
your
good?
PhD online?
Yeah, talk about boobs. You guys all know about boobs, and I have them. There you go.
Boobs.
Boobs.
I'm hopeful that's going to get edited.
They're buoyant.
Yeah.
A fact that poor men are attracted to larger breasts and wealthier men are attracted.
So what's the hot football free agency going? Who do you think's the
The Bears
top
dumped
pick?
Cleo Mack finally.
The Bears
Right.
did good, I think.
I saw
I think
that.
so. I tell
They
you
got a
what,
second and a sixth.
so many of these athletes in all sports, they get the big money and they turn into bums.
Yeah.
And I'm
Now it
tired.
looks like
I wouldn't say that, Rob. I'd say he's been hurt. I mean,
it looks like they're getting rid of Cohen.
Maybe.
They want to get rid of a couple of the other guys from the defense.
So what they do back in the old days, Rick? They played
Eddie
hurt,
Goldman?
didn't they?
You
They
played
played hurt.
He's on the brink. Eddie Goldman's getting cut.
yeah, but they're all underachievers and they're making too much money.
Yeah, they're cleaning house.
I mean, they're starting with a new regime. They got a new coach
Yeah, but-
and a new
Yeah.
GM.
What are we gonna?
They're
What
gonna
are we
bring-
gonna? What are we gonna become? The Indianapolis Colts? I mean,
No,
come
we're
on.
we're eventually gonna become the Lions. Okay. You know,
yeah, there you go.
Which is no
14
better.
years of misery.
We'd be lucky to be the Colts.
Well, you hear Trubisky ended up with the Lions.
Really?
No, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Probably never played a game with Buffalo.
I thought he was going to the Giants.
No, he ended up in Detroit. So there's 2 more losses this year. Yeah, they always
Are you
come back to
sure?
haunt.
That was
Yeah, but
that
he ain't
just,
gonna be a starter. They still got dude from LA, don't they?
They're gonna dump him. He's like a wet
Jared
blanket.
Goff. Yeah, he's a nightmare.
terrible.
Yeah.
He's
What do you
Well,
guys think?
I mean, there's not too many that are good with that team.
What do
No.
you think, Ben and Jerry?
Ben and Jerry.
I remember the good old days when they didn't wear helmets and people died on the field.
There you go.
Now
That's
that
what I'm
was
talking
actually
about.
football.
that actually happened.
I know
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
the last
remember
guy-
it,
I
but I
think the
remember
last guy
hearing
that-
about it.
No, the last guy that died was Detroit Lions.
Chuck Hughes
I'm messing.
Yeah.
back in 71.
Yep.
That's when men
So
were
what-
men and women
So what
were
are they going to
glad of
spend their?
it.
And no
what are they
sheep
gonna
were
spend their
nervous.
money on? They're going to spend their money on trying to protect fields. I mean, what's the game plan? Anyone?
Well, they need
Oh,
a,
you know,
they need to
By
start
the
with
way,
the
they
offensive
cut,
line.
they cut Tariq Cohen.
I know they're cutting a lot of people.
That's a shame. He was good. He was fun to watch.
The Hawks are going to do the same thing. They're going to get rid of. You watch. They're going to get
Is
rid of.
Flurry gone yet?
Not yet.
No.
Flurry's
They're
the
talk-
first one off the. He's
They're
the one-
talking about it, and they're talking
he's
about
Hagel.
getting rid of Brandon Hagel.
Yeah, and that guy's a stud. I mean,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you?
I know.
Strom, he's
Get
probably
rid
on
of
the brink.
Taze. Get rid of Taze.
Definitely
I mean,
Tay's got to go.
He would be the first one I would
He
kick
really
off.
better
slowed
believe
down.
it. You better believe it. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you,
He's
that
terrible.
backup goalie, I don't think that backup goalie's looking too good either.
No. And then they got rid of Subban. He went to their goalie. He went to the hell was it? Buffalo, I think.
Last time I knew, he was in the minor leagues.
Yeah, I think they dumped him into Buffalo. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then Eichel from Buffalo went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going
they
to
were
the
saying-
game Tuesday night. Hawks and Bruins, baby. Yeah.
Were you
That'd
sitting?
be
Did
a
you
good game.
did you see
I
that
got
shit game
mezzanine
yesterday?
seats.
I mean,
Huh?
come on.
Yeah, I watched the
gave-
game.
That was a bad
Yeah,
goal.
but but Mike, I'm a Bruin fan as much, if
That was
not
a-
more than a Hawk fan.
That was a bad goal.
I loved
16
it.
seconds and not even just terrible.
Man, that was a blast by their stud, man. That was a blast. He always scores.
That guy
from that-
had his hand on the puck. You can't. That's a penalty.
How did you process the 2013 Cup final being a Hawks and a Bruins fan?
That wasn't easy. Well, here, I just took this position. Whoever wins, I'm good with it.
Whoever had the cold beer.
Whoever wins, you
It's
win.
important, Mike.
But
That's
whoever
more,
loses,
more
you
important than the
lose.
cup.
It's kind of like a tie.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was like a tie no matter
It's
what.
like it's
No,
like
the Hawks won in 6
doing a
games.
bet. What do you call that? Covering your bet?
Covering your bet, covering your wager.
Wage.
Did you ever get to Boston?
Wage.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I went to the Orr statue in front of TD
Cool.
and I pretended to be tripping them.
Causeway Street.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the video where Bobby Orr sucker punched Makita?
No, I didn't see that one.
You got to look for it. Yeah, you got to look for it. I never knew
Wow.
that went down, but boy, oh boy, once I saw that, I never knew that happened. I don't remember that ever happening. And when I saw it, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I'm thinking, what a jagoff.
But
I
they-
wonder how
I
they
thought
resolved
were on
that, but
the
he is
same
the,
team.
but he is the great Bobby Orr, though.
Oh, I understand. I never knew Orr would have. And Makita was like immaculate.
Bobby Orr was overrated.
Oh man, Bobby Orr though, you got to
don't
give
know.
it to him.
I'm
He
trying to
reinvented
He was
the
the only
sport.
guy. He's the only guy I've ever seen that could, on a repeated, regular basis, take it from one end down to the
Yeah.
other and score.
Yeah.
Until
the
Gretzky
time.
came around.
Well, it
I like Bobby Orr.
was
Yeah,
a
he was a
different.
good hockey player. His kid was a good hockey player. He was a banger, man. He was a brawler. Colton
See,
Orr.
The thing with Gretzky,
Really?
he was never
Yeah.
physical. He's know,
Well, who did he
it's a
play for?
different player.
Toronto.
Oh, I don't
He
remember
came
him.
up through Toronto. He
Say
was a
that
badass.
again. Who's he talking
Colton Orr.
Colton Orr.
He was an enforcer.
Son.
You remember Orr actually ended up with the Blackhawks. I don't know if he played, but
His knee was shot.
yeah,
He had
I don't know if he played at all. Did he play at all?
He had a bum
played a
knee.
couple
He
games.
played, but he had a bum knee. I think he scored
Yeah.
four goals for the Hawks. He was.
Yeah.
He
I
was
wonder if
shot.
Stan
I thought-
Mikita ever
I
had a
thought I
chance to
remember
get his
him being on
revenge.
that team.
He was shot. Yeah, they literally got a bag of balls. It was bad.
Yeah.
That's everything with the Chicago teams. They always get somebody after they're
Yeah.
washed up.
Yeah. All the
Kind of
time.
like it's kind of
You
like
got
the
what you
Raiders, but the
paid
Raiders
for.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
They always bring these has-beens in later
But
on.
the
just
Raiders
for
call it, what do they
publicity.
call them? Rehab projects or something
Yeah.
like that?
Did you ever read that book, Badass,
No.
No,
about the '78 Raiders?
no
That's
kidding.
my favorite team.
You get a chance, read it.
Okay, is that about Kenny Stabler and
Well,
them?
you know, Phil Villapiano was related to Villapiano from the Raiders. Do you remember him from Argo?
They were related?
Yeah, it was his uncle.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Boy, those were the days.
yeah.
I didn't watch one NFL game. I watched the Super Bowl, and that was it.
Yeah.
I find I'm not interested in it. I love the old NFL.
Yeah. It's all the sports are totally different now. They're
all you're
all
doing
shoot-
is you're just sort of following the jersey. You
That's
don't
it.
know anything about the players other than they make a shitload of money
Definitely.
and they
Well,
don't
they
even give a
around
shit.
long enough too. They
ab-
never
about-
stick around more than a few years.
Yeah, it's unwatchable. I don't
It
bother.
is. It is.
I really don't. I'm
Terrible.
being-
I
That's how
got,
I'm starting. That's how I'm starting to feel about baseball too.
Yeah,
I
Mike,
could
you
care
asked
less
that
about
question
baseball now.
earlier. And, quite honestly, I just feel like, they know when it's time that the money's due, and then they're going to sort it all out. And that's basically how that all plays
Tell
out.
you what, I wouldn't care. I mean, I love baseball. I went to about a half dozen games last year. I love it, but I tell you what, they really need in all these sports to make a correction. I mean, these ticket prices are just too high. There's too many people making too much money. I mean, I'm all for a guy making a few million, but 20, 30, 40 million a year. When is enough enough?
And you don't even know who they are, and you don't give a shit.
They have one or two, one good year, and all of a sudden they get paid.
Yeah, but you know what? You guys are looking at this. I'm looking at it a completely different way. The bottom line is what you guys are watching is a show. Right? It's a show.
It's entertainment.
It happens to be a sports show, but it's a show.
It's entertainment.
And whatever the stars of this show get to be on this show is fair game. But
Well,
the owners are the ones that are making all the money. Even though, you're saying 30 million, 20, whatever these people make. I don't know. I know it's a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
The owners are making 40 times that, and they're getting these stadiums for nothing from the communities or the cities that they're in. Do you know that? They don't have any of them.
They got to pay them off.
No. That's all free. If you play in Chicago, that stadium was paid for by Chicago.
Yeah,
They
by the
do
Illinois
not own
Sports
it.
Authority. I understand, but it's not like that in every city.
Well, yeah, it is. It is.
Because
Yeah, it is.
some stadiums have raised their own revenue.
I never heard of that. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
know football for sure. Nobody owns their stadiums.
Right.
They're owned by the cities, which they don't pay any money. In fact, they make these sweet deals to where they get these state-of-the-art
Luxury boxes.
well, everything. And
the
then
whole,
and the city makes some of the money, but the teams make the
Tax.
majority of it.
yeah.
So
Taxes.
the owners are, if you want to talk about the ones that are making all the money, it's the owners. It's not the players.
Yeah, but not every market though, Dan. Some of your poorer markets can't draw enough people to even to make a big profit for the owner. Depends on the market.
A sucky team anyway.
They don't have
How
to
do you,
make.
how do you pay?
They don't
how do you
have to
pay
make a lot of
Rodgers-
money because it don't cost them anything.
How do you pay Rodgers $200 million to do what?
You increase the price of cheese.
Well, here's
come
the
on.
problem I have. I don't care what anybody makes, but when I got to go and pay $14 a beer
Yeah.
and $150 for Blackhawks tickets to get a decent seat,
Yeah.
I
And
kind of
they're
got a
last
little bit of
place.
and $30 to park.
But the thing with that is you don't have to. You don't have
But
to.
I enjoy it. I don't do it every day. I only
But
do it. I
again,
like to do it a lot more.
Gina's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's not like a tank of gas. You need a tank of gas to get to work.
Right.
You don't need to go
So you
to
don't
a
have a choice.
Hawks game.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
get it. If you want to, you want to.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I would just
And
like
it's-
it just a
and it's
little
not-
more reasonable. That's all. I ain't
But
asking
No,
for.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's the argument. That's the other end of the argument. It's like,
Well, then
you
if
don't
that's
have
the
to
case, they don't
because-
need any fans. Then if it's not
Well,
me,
then-
they don't need any
no,
fans.
because then there's somebody behind you that will pay twice as much just so that they can because
Well, that being the case, look at the price of the Super Bowl tickets.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. We talked
I
about
mean, my
that.
God, $23,000 for a 50-yard line seat.
Yeah.
So there's no poor people,
There's
at
no
any
Joe.
Super
There's
Bowl
no
or
Joe
anything like
Schmuck.
that.
Okay, but what about
Blue
the family that wants to bring their 3 kids to
Their
a
kids.
baseball game? You know.
Exactly. That's bullshit. It's
That's
not.
the thing.
Buy a
I think-
TV.
I think
Yeah.
everything should
That's the
be
best
paid
you can
based
do.
It's
on
really
on
good.
your performance.
TV is really good most of the time, but it's really nice to get the perspective live of any
Yeah.
event, no matter what it is.
Oh yeah, I
It's way different. It's a
Hockey
way
live is
different
a totally
experience.
different experience
Yes,
than on
hockey live
television.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be
Mostly
paid
hockey.
based on experience by
I
your
think football
performance.
is actually better on TV.
I
Baseball
agree.
is good either way, but hockey definitely
I
live.
like baseball better live. I don't like baseball on TV.
When I was following baseball, I used to love just listening to games on the radio I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
prefer to
Yeah.
listen
That was-
to it
that
on
was,
radio
uh,
these days. I don't
That
like
was
watching.
theater of the mind, right? Radio's
Yeah.
theater of the mind.
Yeah, I always enjoyed
I
baseball
mean,
on radio.
you're gonna pay these pitchers, what, $200-300 million to pitch every fifth game. And then if they get a sore finger or sore, elbow, then they're out. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is. They had to, if they something like that happens, they have to, or they have a real shitty year, they should have to give someone the money back.
Exactly.
I would love to
So-
see. The one sport I do follow is the Premier League. So I've actually been watching, football, world football, if you will. And what I really like in that is every season, the bottom three get kicked out of the league, and then they have to play at a lower level, win that championship at the lower level to get back into the league. I think that's really cool. I'd love to see a system like that where you could literally be bounced out of the league.
I thought in baseball you can.
Yeah, so it's
the whole sad part of everything too is when we were talking about playing baseball. Growing up, you played it for the love of the game. Your
Yeah,
coaches didn't say, "Oh, if you continue to do this and this, you're going to make
Right.
$80 million
Yeah.
or whatever." You played it because you enjoyed it.
and
It was a fun.
right in our era, if you liked a sport, you played it. And it's crazy now where you have kids that are like told, okay, this is your specialty, and now you're gonna play
Yeah,
this.
but by the time you get to that level, you've went through all that and you love the game, or else you wouldn't be where you are.
And you make a lot of sacrifices along the way.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And until once you get to that level, the corruption of what you have to get through in
Yeah.
order to get to that level is immense.
Yes. No
Yeah.
doubt about that. I'm not saying they shouldn't be paid well. All I'm saying is when is enough enough? That's all
Right,
I'm
there
saying.
should be a cap. There should be a cap.
Something.
There should be a cap.
It
You
will.
should
Well,
get-
in football, there is a cap.
right, but I mean,
You
Yeah,
can
but they
only,
get
you
around
can only
that.
spend so much money on your team.
Well, that's a salary cap for the whole team, but
Well,
there's no cap
exactly.
on individual players.
No, but if you want to spend $300 million on the best quarterback ever and spend 30,000 on all your other players,
Yeah, you can do that.
you can do that.
Yeah.
That to me, that's a fair way to go, because
yeah.
everybody has the same amount of monopoly money to spend. If
Yes,
you
but I think
show-
all the leagues got that now, don't they? I mean,
I don't know. I
baseball's
just
got it,
know that
hockey's
football
got it.
does.
Doesn't baseball have like a luxury tax where
If you go over a certain amount, then you pay an additional luxury tax. Now only the big teams can do that. The Cubs and the Yankees and
the big market
the
teams,
big markets.
and then the small market teams sort of benefit from that. They actually get money
Well,
back.
case in point, look
Yeah.
at the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Every year they put
can't
out a
draw.
quality product and
Same thing with the Oakland A's. They're always a good
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
with lowest payroll.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
good stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta, instead of being like the Yankees, just going out and buying all your talent, paying the luxury tax, paying everybody off.
Yeah.
That's not real good for the sport as a whole.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, I don't know about basketball. I don't follow basketball. I'm a baseball, football, and hockey guy. But I think all three of those sports have some type of a salary cap.
Cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know
again,
hockey does.
I don't know that much about it. I just know that the bottom line is you're going to see a show, and whatever the owner has calculated that it's worth me for paying $200 million for this sports actor to play on my team, because I know that he's the Johnny Depp of athletes, and people are going to come just to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's called star. What do they call it? Star power.
Star draw, you're right? Star
Yeah,
power.
I mean, the NFL now is a quarterback league. I mean, that's your star player. Years ago, you'd have like your star player was a running back. Your star player was a wide receiver. Now, those guys are kind of dime a dozen, and the quarterback is the whole show.
Yeah, but I have to disagree a little bit because some of the defenses in the NFL, you got some you got some star power there too. I mean, you got the Bosa brothers and you got Hayward from Pittsburgh and like Khalil Mack going to San Diego. I mean, there's a balance, you know.
Okay.
Granted, they're not
Well-
making the 200 million, but they're still, you know, somebody will mention that name.
Rick, I just feel like the NFL is like backyard football. Whoever gets the first
Yeah.
team to get 10 touchdowns wins.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see the Pro Bowl? It's a joke. It's touch football.
Oh,
Here's my
I
point,
And
though.
it's-
I don't think I
And that's
watched
it, too.
the
There's-
Pro
there's
Bowl
so
since
many-
You can't watch it. You
1978.
can't watch. You can't watch it more than a quarter of it. I mean, it's horrible.
There's so many things now that you can't do to a quarterback. No
Right.
wonder why it's a quarterback.
Not only
show.
quarterbacks,
Yeah, that's where I'm getting.
same with everybody on the field. You can't tackle the same way you used to. Here's the thing:
Yeah,
the prima donnas make so much money that you have to pass rules
yeah.
that actually create a prophylactic over the sports to some degree to protect the prima donnas from getting hurt.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is we as spectators, we're getting a diluted sport now. It's not the same game, any of them, the way it was in the 70s, right?
Yeah,
We
Or
all
even
agree on that.
85 Bears. You'll never see that again.
No.
Wasn't
You'll
that
never
because
see
the
it.
quarterback's getting concussions and all
Right.
that kind of stuff?
Well, here's the thing, though. But if you
Right.
went into that
She's
line of
right.
work back before the concussion era, you went into that line of work knowing that one, you're going to get paid well, but two, you had a good risk of being hurt. That's the no
But
people who.
but it was more than just being hurt. This affected them mentally and all kinds of stuff.
Okay,
Made their life.
so does coal miners have a lot of problems too, you know, and so does people who go up on skyscrapers and wash windows. You're taking a risk, right? You are taking a risk.
Right,
you're
but you get paid for that risk.
Exactly. That's so does athletes. They get paid for the risk of being injured,
Right.
but they want to make it where nobody gets hurt, and by making all these new rules that
Well, I
protect.
mean, it's one thing to have a limp or have really bad arthritis later in life or have bad knees. That's a whole different thing than a concussion when you're violent. It causes divorces. There's all this shit.
Death.
because-
It's part of the
You-
game, a lot of things.
No,
Junior
it's not part
Seau.
of the game.
Dave
Hey.
Duerson.
That's something different. That's beyond just an injury.
Try
Yeah,
working
but
in
when-
working in construction for 40 years and see how many
But
problems.
when-
you got.
But when the money's in their hands and they're having a good time every year,
Right.
That's true.
I feel sorry for those guys that are going through all this crap now after they.
But you don't
But
have
then
to
again,
play.
still.
You could have went out and got. But
quarterback too.
these guys who took the risk of getting injured, all of them could have went a different route, a different sport. They could have
Well,
went.
that's right. Yeah. I
and-
mean, they didn't have to be a quarterback. They didn't have to play NFL.
Right. You took that's what came along with a tear. If you worked in a coal mine, there's a good chance you got lung disease.
Yeah, but they didn't know that back then. They didn't go into it knowing that.
By far the most comfortable Zoom call I've ever attended.
I'm just saying.
Siskel and Ebert are giving it 3
That's
thumbs
okay.
Do you guys want to talk about fly fishing?
That's
We
out of my
did
league.
that
Fly
before-
fish, Mike?
We did that before you got on. You
I'm
weren't
good.
you weren't invited.
I
We
Yeah.
started at 6.
Oh, I knew that.
you sort of do have kind of a sort of fly fisherman's vibe in a way.
That's what is that? Is that
But
a
it's a-
vest?
it's good
Dan's
vibe.
Outdoors.
It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
Tina, I love your hair.
Oh, thanks. It blends with
That's
my
the outdoor
thing.
garage.
That's right.
Maybe in the summer, if it's not
Then he
too
wears
humid.
it with the Speedo.
No,
Then
it's all
in his,
good. But
in his train
I
hat.
just think it's crazy that Green Bay pays him $200 million for someone who didn't want to be there. It's just.
Well, the problem is that's fine, but we're not watching the same games we used to watch. They're not as good. They're just not
they
as
made
good as
this-
they.
They made the same mistake with Cutler. They gave Cutler all that money, and what
Oh,
happened?
he was a bum. I hated that dude. Cutler was a bum.
I went to that NFC championship game, and I don't know what was shown on television, but I was in the south end zone looking at that guy, somebody that did not want to be there.
That's right.
No.
I've
It
heard
was
that.
an indictment on that whole situation.
Yeah.
That Jagoff did not want to play NFL football.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Here's my question, though, and it makes me think. and I'm talking about humanity, just the state of a human mind. If you're making all this hundreds of millions of dollars, my question is, are they really giving it their all on the field when their mind is probably thinking about all the things they're going to do when they get done, when they go home, and they could go on their boat, their yachts, their this, their that? Is their mind really on the game? Are they really committed to what they're doing when you got all that money floating around in your mind? I don't know. I mean, I'm just,
You have to be to go through that physical meeting. You do. You have to have your mindset right, or you're going to get hurt worse.
It's remarkable Cutler survived. Like, you would think with that mindset, that attitude, that body language, I mean, it's a wonder he didn't get killed out there.
Well, he did get sacked a lot, but they blamed it on the front line.
But then the whole knee injury in that championship game, that was scumbag. I mean, he wasn't hurt. He could have played.
Yeah.
And boy, that Caleb Haney, I don't know where he is now, but man, props to that dude.
Yeah.
Mad props.
Oh, that third string quarterback?
Yeah, Caleb Haney. I'll never forget the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he now? I hope he's done good with the money.
He's probably on a 60-foot yacht somewhere in the Keys.
Well, you know what?
That'd be
Even
all
you're
right.
right. Even the third stringers make a lot of money.
I'd like
Well,
to go
look
to the Keys.
look at Brock
Well, they got it
Osweiler.
the best. They don't have to get injured.
Right.
Denver give him $70 million, and and it's like he never worked out, but he still got the money.
Why, yeah. Why is that? I mean, why are these
Well, because
people
the owners are stupid. If you're going to pay that kind of money, I don't feel
But is it
bad
just
for
their
you.
stupidity? These guys are billionaires that own franchises.
Yeah,
Are they
they're
really
not-
stupid?
They're not stupid, believe me.
No,
they're
they
not
can't be.
stupid.
They're businessmen.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
are they just getting?
Oh, yeah.
Are they just getting hornswoggled their own selves? I mean,
They're-
because they're doing what the league requires.
They're risk takers.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's another word for entrepreneurs.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely. They
Right.
think that I'm going to get this guy, pay him $70 million,
Yeah,
and his name alone is going to sell, so many tickets a year.
Well, not only that, merchandise. That's the big one.
Right.
Well, all that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
well, really, television time too.
Yeah. Yeah. All of it. The package. It's the package.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah, it's everything. It's a lot
the
of
whole
money.
package.
It's a package,
It's a-
baby.
Well,
Yeah,
you look at
I
like you
like
guys
the
say, you
package.
look at these athletes that are making
I
all
thought he
this,
was
and
gonna
then
say,
you
look
look
at
at their
my package.
endorsement
What's that?
when they do their endorsements. Like when Tiger got in trouble with that whole thing, and
Right.
Timex dropped him. I mean, how many
Yeah.
endorsements did he lose?
Or how about
Millions of
Kaepernick?
dollars. Oh yeah, millions
all,
of dollars.
all of
they
that
lost.
stuff,
Gone.
I heard somebody's looking at Kaepernick again.
Huh.
Mike, have you heard that? Oh, you're muted. Mike, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
He probably is talking to his daughter.
Oh.
He froze up.
This
Oh,
is
now he's blinking.
Oh,
Ask him
look, he's
now.
moving.
it's
He's
that
like a
time
deer
where
in the,
he
he's like a
freezes
deer in the
up.
He's
headlights.
talking to his daughter.
Oh.
Tends
We're
to
back
freeze up
on.
around this time.
It's time
What's
for her.
up?
She
What
just
is-
came
what
home from
happened?
work.
Yeah.
I heard Colin
He
Kaepernick,
looks
Mike,
happy,
is getting,
though.
getting
He
looked
does.
at
He
again.
always looks happy after a good freezing.
That's what cryogenics do for you.
Kaepernick's looking for work.
I heard someone's.
What's he gonna do?
no,
Hold the flag?
I don't know. Probably kneel and hold the flag.
Might have to edit that.
That's funny.
We don't want
If he ever gets reinstated, I'm done with all sports.
I hear you.
Nice.
I hear you.
You'll have a lot more time to do other stuff. It's a good thing.
See, I'm
Must
upset.
be
with
that time of the
sports.
night.
I'm upset with all the sports, the way they've watered the product down and increased the prices astronomically. But the point is, I'm too far vested now. I can't give it up now because I have nothing else to fall back on.
I have
That's what I
enough.
It's
enjoy.
just their program.
Well, Bob, you always have curling.
Curling.
Curling
I do a
was
lot of
one
curling,
those,
one arm curls like
one of
this.
those sports we never had a league in. We had a lot of leagues in various sports. Never tried curling back in the mean streets.
I
Did
don't
you
think
guys
anyone
ever
did.
try curling?
I
don't
curled
think
12-ounce
anybody knew what it
curls
was.
all day long, every weekend.
Yeah, bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's important. Hydration. That's
Yes.
good too. But no curling. Yeah, don't remember curling.
It's almost bocce ball. if you think about it.
Yeah.
That's a fun game.
Yeah.
In the park.
Hey, Smitty. Yeah, I know you were
Well,
big
guys and
into
girls, I gotta.
the street hockey stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We played all the guys. You know, Dennis and Howie and all of us. Ogle. We all played in that Bridgeville Remus League. We
Did you
that
guys play floor hockey at Wilkins?
only during gym time?
Okay.
But I know guys who
Did
played in
any
that
of you
league.
play floor hockey
I
at Wilkins?
Yeah.
Not
I
at
did.
Wilkins. No.
I
Did you, Mike? I didn't know that. Who did you play for?
Yeah,
What team
me
did you
and,
play?
I think we were the Canucks.
Do you remember that league? Ridgie used to run it. A guy,
Joe Ridgie.
Yeah.
big, heavy
Yeah.
dude.
Joe. He was my neighbor. He lived right behind me when I
Yeah,
lived in
Ridgie, and the
Bridgeville.
wife was real thin. You know.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
had two big
I remember,
dogs. One bit me one time.
I remember the Blues were like one of the good teams. They
Dave
always beat
Payton.
Everybody. Them and the Red Wings.
Dave, how about
The
the,
Red Wings were
Flyers, the
good, too.
Chicas? Remember the Chicas on the Flyers?
Yeah.
I know
They were
Keith
like
Chika.
they were like the Broad Street bullies of
Yeah, I
the
know Keith
Justice
Chika.
Floor
Keith
Hockey
Chika.
League.
So-
We used to play. We played floor hockey over in Oak Lawn,
Oh, really?
and it was like it was a huge. It was because we used the ball instead of the puck because it was on carpeting. Do you remember
Oh,
that,
weird.
Smitty?
No, I didn't play in the Oakland League.
No,
I used,
No.
to,
that
go,
was
I used to go to watch
that
the
was really
Justice
fun
League.
because it was.
The Justice League.
The Justice League. That's hey,
Yeah, they had a
that was the
Remus
league,
one.
you know.
Fox was Fox
They-
the referee?
Yeah, Fox was the referee in the Bridgeview League. Yes,
Yeah, that was.
and we
that
had
was
Bobby
fun.
Jr. on our team one year.
These guys are like savants. Like savant, like
Yes.
savant, like knowledge.
Yes.
Dan, you might remember this. We had a team, me and Dennis and Howie and all of us. We played in a street hockey league on 115th and Central in Elsa. It was an outdoor league. one year.
Wow.
Now listen to this. We had Nick Wilson on our team. You remember Nick Wilson, right?
Oh yeah.
So what happened was I got there I was the goalie. I got there a little late one day. So another goalie started for me till I got there. During the game, I didn't know why the game was over already. I only got there a little bit late. Nick Wilson, they got into a big fight. Nick Wilson body slammed a guy.
Holy cow.
I don't know if you remember this or not. I mean,
Well, he
I
was he was a really good wrestler.
he was second in state for Argo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he damn near broke this guy's back, and his
Holy cow.
dad was a cop.
Holy cow.
And they ended up canceling the league.
Oof.
I don't know. He got in some kind of trouble. Nick Wilson got into some kind of trouble. There was an investigation and all that. I wasn't part of it, but I heard all about it.
Wow.
Because I was on the team. You know, I was lucky I came late. I missed the actual body slamming incident, but that was a pretty big thing back then.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm sure you. I thought you would.
Rick, you remember Wilson, right, or not?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Him and Johnny Robinson.
Right.
They were good
exactly.
wrestlers. Yeah.
Yeah, they were both. Then there was that one guy, the little black guy,
Oh,
Who was
Joe.
like- really,
Uh,
really good. I forgot his name.
Joe.
Wrestling.
Yeah, he was like one of the best wrestlers that ever came out of Argo.
Yeah, he
Oh,
ended
if
up
you said
going-
the
he
name, I'd
ended up going-
recognize it.
Griffin.
Griffin? No.
Joe Griffin. The
No, we're
Griffin
talking
brothers.
wrestling.
Yeah,
Wrestling.
the Griffin brothers wrestled, didn't they?
That don't sound familiar
Basketball.
to me.
They were
No?
basketball.
Okay. I know they went to. He went
Oh,
to
if you
Iowa.
said the name,
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I just remember that he was a little guy, but he was like,
it was from your day.
yeah, exactly.
Back in your day.
Yeah, he was like probably
In another
1978-ish.
I know
But
he
he
In
was-
another era.
He was like,
I gotta be
probably
careful
my
with that
size,
language,
but
by the
all
way.
muscle.
God,
Although
I can't think
Bridge
of
isn't
it.
here. Bridge actually told me to F you, you know.
Who did?
Bridge, remember? She gave me an F you.
Oh,
Who did?
Yeah, I think she did. Should we roll the tape?
Roll the tape.
New Year's Eve, I got an FU.
Oh yeah, that was a wine drinking. Yeah, that was.
I guess I deserved it.
No, you did. No, nobody
Ah.
deserved it.
Yeah. You know, no, man, bygones. It's okay.
Unless
Yeah.
unless you do something stupid in traffic, then you
well,
you
that's
got
a
to come.
given.
Yeah,
I'm
You
getting
gotta do that.
I'm getting dumber in traffic every day. It's great.
Well,
I love it.
I remember when I moved here back in the first time I lived in Moments, and I'm driving, and people waved at you. You know, I wasn't used to that. I thought
yeah.
I thought they were flipping me off. So I'm driving around. Oh, fuck you too. You know, and
Nice.
finally, my brother-in-law's like, "Would you stop that?" I said, "Why?" He said, "They're waving. They're not. This isn't, 79th and Harlem."
What is
I said,
moments like the friendly little village or something?
Oh yeah. They are.
Well,
So I
that's how it
started.
is.
I just started waving to everybody. Fuck it.
I thought
Hey.
that was Worth. I thought Worth was the friendly little village.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah,
but
I
but
drive
you
through
know,
Worth a lot, and I don't know. No one's ever waving.
Well, that's what the
Worth is
the
just
water
another
tower used to
Justice.
say, the friendly
Yeah.
village.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're
it's
you're
on their
running from
sign, I think. Isn't it
gunshot,
on their
no.
like their sign when you enter the community?
Yeah.
Used
Yeah.
to. I don't
Friendly
know. I don't
village.
know.
But remember,
I'm
they had
through
it
there
on
all
the
the
water
time.
tower even.
Yeah.
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 Hey Rick, is Moments is that Will County?
No, that's Kankakee County.
Oh,
You are down yonder.
Yeah, I'm pretty much out there.
He's almost in Paducah.
Paducah,
Kentucky.
Kentucky, Dry County.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go to. I forget where
only
we
he
went.
would know that.
We had a whole boat full of beer going down there one year.
Is there like a map that you can look at that shows where all the dry counties are?
You learn that when you're a fisherman. You have to. You got to know where the bars are.
It's like a little handbook kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much written
cool.
by the elders.
By the elders. Handed down.
Well, like when we went to Minnesota, we went to Winnebagosh one year, and what you go to a bar and you look, you get around the old timers in the morning, and you ask them, what do you use for bait? And they told us topwater bass bait for northern, but you got to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock when the water's still like glass.
Oh wow.
And my uncle tossed with an ultralight, and he got almost a 35-inch northern on the second cat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Cool. You ever
Destroyed
go to
it.
Hayward? You ever go to
Oh,
Wisconsin?
I've been to Hayward a few times.
My grandpa
No, I
used
don't-
to
I don't think-
always go to Hayward.
Hayward's very nice.
Yeah.
We always did Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, we did 14, 15-inch lake perch.
And my
Is that
nephew-in-law
Leech
is a
Lake?
fisherman.
No, Winnebagosh. Big Winnie.
Where is that at? I know,
Sure.
like what
It's
part?
probably about 6 hours north of the Twin Cities. It's almost Canada.
I was gonna say that's Canada-ish.
Babe Winkleman used to fish there with Grandmire.
Babe.
They'd go up to
I
Big
used to
Winnie
watch
every
them all
now
the
and then.
time.
Yeah.
Is that on Superior, Lake Superior?
No, it's just a big lake. It's not very deep.
They've got 1,000 lakes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
License plate says land of 1,000 lakes.
yeah, 10,000, I thought.
Oh, 10,000.
Are there any lakes in
Could be.
LA County? Because the Minneapolis Lakers relocated to LA.
They probably did, but they
But
probably,
they never changed the name
they
of the
probably
team, though.
drained all the lakes to.
I wonder if
road
there's any
shit.
lakes in LA County.
That's some homework.
Yeah. Little trivia, get back to me,
Yeah.
or get back to somebody.
That'd be a good Hollywood Square question.
They probably drained all of them through their aqueducts.
Yeah.
The Los
right.
Angeles Aqueducts.
There you
How
go.
about Aqualung?
Time.
What'd you say, Mike? Is it bedtime,
Well-
buddy?
It's about
I said, how
that
about
time, yeah.
Aqualung?
Oh, good night, Michael.
Signing off, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm not too far behind you, buddy. I gotta
Hey,
make some
Mike,
phone
I'm glad
calls.
I could answer that question about who climbed up your balcony.
There
I
you
had
go.
a
It's
feeling
a
it was Mathai and the crew.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
funny
you figured it out?
how they found it though. That was
With
really
beer,
amazing
yeah,
how they-
with beer in hand. Don't forget, with a case of beer in each hand.
Resource.
You're
found
right.
the
The
whole-
amazing part, Mike, was that he found that, like he had a radar or something.
You
yeah,
know,
because
he-
it wasn't like we had GPS back then, right?
You got to read a map.
No, you know what
Yeah,
he was asking people at the toll plazas, the guards that worked in the toll
Oh,
plazas, how to
yeah.
get there.
Oh, funny.
You
Yeah,
know what, though? You could say a lot about Mathai, but he used to do miraculous things that you would never believe that he would be able to do.
yeah.
Well, he always had that shit-eating grin, so that's why.
Yeah. As he's doing something totally illegal.
Right.
I remember when he shaved his head. That was a big thing.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have I mean, the things we talk about in reference to those days, some of them are probably not suitable for this viewing.
I shaved my head senior year.
Yeah.
And, we were drinking J&B Scotch. And my brother, and my buddy Dan and Bob, they all said, "Oh, we'll give you $50 if you shave your head." So I said, "Okay." So and I'm sleeping, and at about 3:00 in the morning, my mom comes in from working at the Southtown, and she starts beating me with a fly swatter. Like, "You idiot! What did you do? What did you do?" Okay. So Saturday we had practice, and I get down in the locker room, and Thurston's like, "Jesus H fucking Christ, Rock, what did you do?" I says, "I don't know, Thirst. I was drunk." My brother, "Oh shit, you did this," and then Juice is yelling, "Oh my God." So I come in from practice, and the top of my head is killing me.
Oh man.
Thurston's like, "God damn it, now you got to wear a hat under your helmet because you got 5 whole sunburns."
Oh, dude.
3rd degree hole burns.
Oh,
So I
man.
look like the one from Fat Albert with the hat
Oh yeah.
going out on the field, and
I don't know what
yeah.
that guy's name was, but
Yeah, I don't either.
he
It
mumbled,
started
right?
with an R.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a mumbler. Yeah.
and
Mushmouth?
Mushmouth. Was it Mushmouth?
Was it Mushmouth
Or was
I
that
don't know.
Bear?
or Dumb Donald? Might have been.
Yeah.
Could it have been Dumb Donald, or might have been Mushmouth?
I don't know, but that was I'll never forget that.
Yeah, trying to remember.
Yeah, just the Thurston. If you ever had Thurston yell at you, that.
How about
I always
Richie
remembered
Thurston or
Thurston
Mark
being like Savage Tan by April 1st.
Yeah,
He'd always have a T-shirt and
and you
shorts
remember
on.
that? You remember that old Buick station or the convertible he had?
Hmm.
That was like a 2-door LeSabre convertible, and he would make us push that in the parking lot 2 at a time. Instead of sledding. We were in good shape. We sucked as a football team, but man, we were in good shape.
0-9.
Yeah.
You remember Eisenhower in a frickin' driving rainstorm? I was there to broadcast 50-0, driving effing rain, 0-9.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then had to get on the bus and go back.
Yeah.
I can't remember any Argo teams
God,
that did much better than that.
God, it was awful.
Their soccer team was always good.
Their soccer
they
team
were.
was great. I was mentioned the baseball and the football teams. The basketball teams were pretty good.
Yeah, the basketball were decent too.
Yeah,
Well,
and the soccer.
They just got a new coach. Football.
I saw that football coach.
So maybe that's going to be the year.
I tell you, when I did that walkthrough to that school, I mean, it was like being in a whole different place that I was. It was. I mean,
When did you
It's
do
like
it?
it's like a college campus now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's-
it reminded me more like
it's-
Moraine Valley than it did any high school, and it was
Well,
amazing.
you look at Sandburg High School now.
Where the
I
hell
mean,
do you
they're-
park?
Yeah, that's the only problem.
There's like no parking.
Oh, the parking sucks. Remember when we went to that alumni game?
Yeah, it was
you
terrible.
can't park there.
Yeah,
No,
it
there's
was
no
bad.
place.
It was bad.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It was still fun though. That was a fun time.
Yeah,
That was fun.
definitely.
You
They
haven't
should
been on
do
campus
shuttles
in a
from
long
the
We're,
time.
stadium.
We're planning ours now for 2023, our
Yep.
40th.
Yeah, I
know.
saw that today and I responded.
You can, if Chase, you jump in anytime you want, help out. I mean,
Okay.
I know you got a lot
He
on
was
your
like,
plate.
no.
Yeah,
I
well,
was like, I'm good.
he volunteered it.
Did you sense some reluctance?
Who?
I did.
No, he said he wants to be part of it. Now he's going to be part of it.
No,
you know?
part of it, like he wants to join us at the events, not.
Oh,
part
you
of
don't
us.
want to do any work.
No.
Kind of the story of my life.
Yeah, one of them big shot Hollywood stars, are you?
Yeah, I
You
try
guys,
to try to ease into the situation.
No, if you want to help out, or if you
No,
want to
no,
be.
Tony does a great job.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's amazing. Tony
you
Alonso.
guys can help. You guys can help with mine for this year.
Yeah, what you gonna have happen?
I haven't seen anything advertised for you guys.
And that's where the problem
Yeah,
comes
it's
in.
been.
Okay.
Who leads the 82? You know,
I think it's.
who runs it?
I think Marianne and who's the other one?
Huh?
I forgot her name.
One of those.
They should be
They-
going on the ACHS sites that we put up, the
Yeah.
Memory Reunion and the
That's what
100
we're
Years of
gonna do.
Memories, and saying shit about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
You
we've
can't wait till
we've got our
for
own.
the first month or the month before and to do it. They should be doing it like a
We've
year
got
ahead
our
of time.
we've got our
Yeah,
own
right.
page. We've
Yeah,
got
but
our own
that-
class of '82 page.
Yeah, but how many people are on that page?
Just the people in our class.
Yeah, well, if you go on our pages, we've got thousands of people on our page.
Yeah. I posted something yesterday when we ended our meeting and giving everybody a heads up.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you got to go on to the sites where all the people are.
Yeah.
That's why
and
we're
there's
trying to
there's
do
over
it now.
1,400 members on the ACHS.
Well, I think they have a date set, and I think they have the place already. It's just a matter of now getting everything put together.
Well, you got to get people too. There's
We-
that whole people thing.
Yeah, it's going to be
Well,
like
our class-
$1,200 a ticket.
Our class is pretty tight. I mean, they put something together. Everyone's right there. I mean, we're all
They're
ready
so
to go.
tight, you don't even know the other girl's name.
You're like the Freemasons of Argo.
I'm just messing with you.
It's like the skulls.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I couldn't think of it.
Oh my God, it's killing me.
Oh,
Mary Kay. Mary Kay.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Her-
right. Yeah. Uh oh.
Her and Marianne and
Right.
a few others, I think, are leading the charge.
Oh, there. Hey, he's a Mason.
Oh wow,
Wait.
look at that.
He's
Oh,
flashing.
there you go.
He's like
there you
throwing down his sign.
Yeah.
He's a gang
Now
member.
we're-
Hey man, he'd be throwing
wait,
down your
now, wait.
sign.
Weird shit's going to start happening. You're
Oh,
gonna
my.
be getting stuff in the mail. And what the hell, man? This fucking guy's crazy.
Excuse us while we reload.
Wasn't Da Vinci a Freemason?
He was.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought so.
Yes.
I thought so.
I got a whole list of Freemasons here. I don't see how he could have been
I
because
think George Washington was.
George
Yeah,
Washington's
don't-
was,
you guys
both
have
the
a-
Roosevelts were, Gerald Ford was.
You
Yeah.
have a secret handshake too, don't you?
Yeah, there's secret handshakes, secret
Yeah,
symbols. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother
But
Bill
no, Da
was one
Vinci
too.
couldn't have been one. I'll tell you why. The Freemasons were started in London in 1717. So there's no way that Da Vinci was before that, right? In the 1600s?
I'm not
What?
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty
think
sure
that's
that,
right.
that before. Yeah, I don't.
I've
Go
never
on
heard
my
that about him.
ancestor and look it up.
But I
I
know
thought
for
he
a
was.
fact-
I thought he was a Freemason.
like I said, the times don't match up. There's no way he could have been that I can figure. Matter of fact, I think he was back in the 1400s. To be honest with you, yeah, he goes way before the Freemasons were known to have started.
Yeah,
Known to have
if he was a Mason, he charged. So he wasn't a Freemason.
Yeah, that's for sure. Probably a very costly Mason,
Right. He had that whole art thing going.
Yeah.
and he was an inventor.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
He invented the
He
helicopter.
invented the helicopter,
Isn't that
the
amazing?
submarine.
Yeah. Or as Barney Fife said, the helicopter.
I invented to go into sleep.
Ah,
We
Yeah.
know you invented that.
Mike invented the Quaalude. Yeah, man.
Gonna be -2 tomorrow morning when I get up.
Oh,
Nice.
is it really?
wind chill.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
11
I don't
above.
want to go to work in the morning.
The
What
only
time do you
plan I
start?
have tomorrow, folks? I'm going to Fox's Pizza in Orland for pizza in the afternoon, about 2:00.
That sounds good.
That's my whole day right there.
That sounds good.
Nothing else.
It's a
Extra
good
cheese.
plan.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
closed the one in Plainfield.
Yeah, 1400s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still got the one in Mokina. You're right; they did close the one in Plainfield, but I don't know if they were connected or not. Because when I go on the website, they had separate websites.
Yeah.
Where are you
Like
going? What was it?
Fox's Mokina, Fox's
Fox's.
Orland, they're connected.
They're not affiliated.
I don't know. Maybe it's a relative or something.
Yeah,
But the websites are different.
They still have the one in Oak Lawn, right?
Yeah, that's. I,
It's
isn't
like-
it-
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
I go to that one.
yeah.
That's
I've been
like
there.
Little Franks and Phil's. They're affiliated.
Oh,
but they
that's the
got
bad-
some
Little-
I
kind of
never knew
argument.
that about them.
Yeah. They got
Or
some
it's
kind of
like-
argument. Back
Yeah,
in-
Didn't
that's
know
a good
that.
one. But I'll tell you another one you can't beat is Fasano's. You can't beat
Oh,
Fasano's.
no. no. See, there's a difference. You know, you were in a mood for Fasano's or Little Franks. You know, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually kind of similar. I think a lot of
Well,
ingredients.
there's more caraway in Fasano. Yeah,
Oh wow.
and
You
their
know what
thin
I like at
crust is a lot
Fasano's? You ever have their pizza bread there?
Yeah.
Oh, the tomato bread
Yeah.
at
Yeah, but you get it-
Fasano's
Yes.
Yeah.
has
Awesome.
no rival, no peer.
No.
Yes.
It
No.
is a
That's right.
peerless product.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I remember
And
back in the day.
I would
the pizza
gladly
bread.
promote that for them
Yes.
for a small fee.
I
My
remember
brother
back in
used.
the day,
My
I used
brother
to get a-
worked there, so we get all the
I never knew that about.
missed orders or
Yeah.
the whatever. He'd come home with 2-3 pizzas every Friday night.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you saying, Smitty?
Well, I remember back in the day going to Fasano's, getting a pizza bread with a couple of ingredients, maybe about $2.50. Now I went there maybe about a couple of years ago. I think I paid $6-7 for that same pizza bread.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one of
Still
them
tastes
is
the same, though.
going to school and they need the money.
Hey, Smitty,
$50 tonight for dinner.
what do you remember about hanging out by Gina's house?
Oh, that was a great summer. The summer of 1980. I just got out of high school. I met all you guys, all you gals. I think I met Danny. I know we might have ran across each other before that, but we really got to know each other that year.
Right, exactly.
I'll tell you that what I remember the most. Well, there's one thing that comes to my head. I don't know if I can talk about it.
We'll just talk
but-
around it.
Okay, well, it's when Bobby started dating Diane, and then Beal was still kind of in the picture. There were some heated fights and arguments at times.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. And then the same thing with Brian, her other first boyfriend,
Right. Yep.
Brian Robish. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a bit problematic. It was those were some stressful times. But of course,
See,
for
I
them,
forgot all about that stuff.
Yeah, that was great theater. I mean, it was,
If the prairie could talk.
all we
was-
did back then, man, we just laughed. We laughed at just so many things. Everything was
Remember I used to park my van there and just open up
Yeah.
the doors, turn on
the
the
mystery.
music.
Yeah, you were open for business. You'd open up like Mr. Softy. You'd open your doors for business. The music would be playing, and people would start walking up there, talking, drinking beers, and jamming the Scorpions or AC/DC. Danny always had the best selection of music. Matter of fact, I adopted a lot of my initial music likings from Danny's van, the Mystery Machine.
Right, right.
And I remember laying back in that Mystery Machine a few times too.
The woodchuck.
Yeah,
Do you remember it was called? There was on the back. It was called the woodchuck.
Yeah, that was so cool, man. I love that van. That was so epitome of like the 70s, of the era,
It was
you know.
actually. You didn't realize it at the time,
Yeah,
but
didn't
a
you have
few
like
years later, all that super popular van stuff would go away.
That's
Yeah.
amazing how that
Yeah.
happened.
Didn't you have all those cool lights in the back and stuff?
Oh yeah, I made all of that.
And a killer
I did all the hand
woodwork.
carvings with the bulls
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
lions
long
and
before
stuff.
they had rope lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old fashioned way.
Right. Right.
And I had my 71 Mustang. I remember that.
Huh.
Until me and Matt, I got into an accident. We were drag racing down 71st the following year. And he took a turn a little bit too late down Oquito Avenue and bounced off the far curb and came back and crashed into the side of my Mustang. It was never the same car again after that.
Oh boy.
Wasn't too much longer. It ended up in the boneyard. That was terrible.
In the 71, that was still
That was a nice
the
car.
glory era before it became
Yes.
a family car.
Exactly. That was a nice car. I got that for my high school graduation. Man, my
Oh.
parents weren't too happy when they seen it in the driveway the next morning.
Oh boy.
I was hungover like a son of a bitch. It hurt and laying in bed, knowing, waking up, and oh my God. And I knew what happened the night before.
What was he
Reality
driving?
hit.
Oh man, that one of them old battleships he used to drive.
Oh,
like the
okay.
big old big old Buick, I think he had, or something like
That's
that.
not the one he cut the top off and made a convertible, was it?
It might have been that one. Yeah, it might have been before he cut the top off. I think. Yeah, yeah.
It was hot that summer, so he just took, I forgot what he used, grinder or something. Literally just cut the top off of it.
And when driving around like that,
Right.
open beer, open liquor. He drove around one day with a kegger in the back seat with no top on the car and got away with it.
You know, I miss
If
that.
it were me,
Kegger
I would have
too.
been in jail 10 times.
What were
But
the
the
odds
biggest
that I
thing,
would miss all
the
these
biggest
Keggers?
thing, Dan, you got to remember was the Billy the Kid Railroad Thieves.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I talk about that a lot without using names.
The Aqua Velva heist.
Yeah.
I don't think Smitty
Hey.
would have known about that. I think that was pre-Smitty.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
Because
bridge,
No, I was part of it for a
Kinda
little
like-
bit.
the bridge
I was
news.
part of it.
Not the Aqua Velva heist.
Oh no.
I never heard about the Aqua Velva heist.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was a big
that
one.
was my
Dan,
older-
you
people.
probably still got a few bottles of that.
You know, if I unfortunately my mom died a couple years ago, and we didn't actually go through all the we didn't go through a lot of the
Toiletries?
old cabinetry. We just kind of
Yeah.
sold the house, and I would bet that there were some bottles in that house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, Smitty, what happened was people we knew. No, this was pre our generation of the people that used to jump on the
Oh.
trains.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the trains they got was an Aqua Velva. It was the
Wow.
blue Aqua Velva bottles, and it was
Yeah.
boxes. And whoever got it, I'm not going to say, but they literally just gave it to everybody on our side of the town. You got boxes of it just by your door.
It's a wonder Bridgeview wasn't renamed.
I remember one
Velva.
time Booger got a big shitload of port wine, which is nasty as hell, but a bunch of Molson Golden beer, which was nice.
Wow.
Can you imagine having a shitload of Molson Golden beer?
Well, see, we were downwind
Wow.
from that part of Bridgeview, so you were getting corn products and Aqua Velva every morning.
Right. Like French
And
warehouse.
it's
But
not
the big
pleasant.
thing, the big commodity was what? Car stereos and batteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Remember?
Yes, my
mm.
garage housed some
I
of that
could-
stuff.
Ah!
And I could sell a battery or a car stereo and have beer money for a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Can I keep this here in your garage for a couple weeks?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
No, that's what they would do. They'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
leave your garage door open.
Yeah.
Got to give you guys mad props. You guys were very resourceful.
The Cadillac radios, those were the big ones.
Oh yeah, though we could ask for maybe $75, $100 for one of those. But the big seller was the Jeep stereos. I had one in my Mustang, as a matter of fact. Those would go. We sold them about $40.
Well, I think the Jeep stereos were the easiest to
Yeah,
pre-hook
Pop
up.
out.
The,
Yeah,
the,
Because the
indict-
other
the,
ones were already being, transistor computerized where they
Yeah.
attached to the car.
those
The entire-
Cadillac stereos. I want to say list price were $400 or $500 stereos.
oh, yeah.
They were at the time state of the art, LED,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But they were very difficult to remove from the car. The Jeep stereo was very simple to remove.
Yeah, the
I'm glad
indictments are
we,
coming
uh,
out Tuesday.
I'm glad we could have this
Hey, the statute
conversation
of limitations is long
beyond the
gone.
Yeah, it
statute of
is way-
limitations.
Way
long
beyond.
ago.
Way
There's-
beyond.
Good.
So
There's somebody out there with an itch. The Justice Five.
I'll tell you, a lot of people, from what I understand, they go on Facebook and do certain things that are stupid, and they do end up getting arrested for what they do on Facebook.
Yeah,
Ah.
that's stupid. That's
Yeah,
dumb.
that's ignorant. But yeah, it happens a
Wow.
lot. Guys with guns and stuff like that, they're showing guns
Oh, wow.
and they're holding them with pictures, or they got them on their wall.
We had this thing down when I was in Florida. The local Radio Shack got robbed, and
I miss
it turned
Radio
out to be
Shack.
one of the kids that worked there, because the girl working the counter tased his hand. So he didn't get anything. He got a burnt hand. He went home, changed into his work uniform, and went back to work with the burn on his hand. The Radio Shack. that he worked at.
Stupid.
Oh yeah, his parents should be locked up too.
Speaking of Radio Shack, do you two things I remember about Radio Shack. One was the 65-in-1 kit. Anybody get one of those for Christmas?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where you used to build stuff.
Had little
Yeah.
wires you'd connect.
Had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
springs.
Had a solar battery. It had all kinds of little gadgets on it,
You
meters,
could make a radio or a lie detector.
radio, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah.
65 different things. But what I remember most was we had electricity shop. Mr. McFarland. Remember
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
McFarland?
Oh, yeah.
I built a strobe light. That was my project for Mr. McFarland one year.
Oh wow.
And then I had no, that was electricity too. I'm sorry, back it up. Remember Mr. Meneses?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
like Indian or something.
Latino. Yeah,
Is that what he was?
Yeah, Latino. He didn't like me too. He's always put me in the corner. I'm in high school, but I'm getting put in the corner.
Nobody
He
put
called-
Smitty in the corner.
I was gonna say.
Well, he did. He called
How
me a
dare
monkey.
he do
said I
that?
was a monkey. He said I was a monkey. Mr. Monkey, go
Mr.
to your
Monkey.
cage, Mr. Monkey. What he used to tell me all the time because I was, you know how I am. I'm always talking and just goofing around. Oh, those were the days.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'll never forget them. I don't want to forget them.
We got our first CD player from them, from Radio Shack. That's before you can get them anywhere. And it
Yeah.
was like $300 or $400 for a CD player,
Right.
Yeah.
like for a
Yeah.
house, not a car.
Well, just like the VCR. Remember the VCR? How big and heavy it was when it first came out? How expensive it
Yeah.
was?
Well, those were
$800.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say $800 to $1,200.
Yeah. My sister had a GE top loader. It was like $800.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Top
so
loaders
crazy.
were cool though. They
Yeah.
popped up.
Yeah.
You put it
Big,
in with.
that big clunk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was around the era of my reel to reels.
Yeah. My Uncle Paul was always bringing out the Radio Shack stuff, the Sparkomatic speakers in the van,
Yeah, and then their big
cranking up Judas Priest on Daytona Beach.
their big brands were the realistic.
The realistic. That was all their brand.
Realistic.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Realistic and Sparkomatic.
Yeah, I remember the Sparkomatic.
Yeah.
Those were
Do
probably
you remember-
Taiwan or something.
You remember back in the early 80s when you had some of your buddies coming back from Germany and stuff being in the service, and
Oh
you
yeah.
had this new stereo called a Bull Plunk. And you're
Wow.
like,
Oh, I remember
"Holy
that.
crap."
That was
yeah.
top
Oh
of
yeah,
line.
yeah.
With the
Wow,
tower
Plunk,
speakers
baby.
and it was a new era. I mean, like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's,
That started the high quality stereo.
yeah. And then Iowa
speaking of-
came out.
Speaking of good stereos, didn't Jerkovic have like one of the best stereos in town?
Yeah, I think so. Might have been him. I don't know what it was though. I don't know
I
what.
can't remember either. There's some weird things I remember,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking that they had like a really good stereo.
Huh. In the car or at home?
No, in their home.
Yeah, they had like a Marantz or something, didn't they?
I can't
Oh.
remember what it was.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
high-end.
remember
Yeah.
that they had like a really good stereo.
Yeah,
Mm.
they did. Yeah, I think it was a Marantz or something, or Yamaha or something like that, which was real high end back then.
Oh,
Yeah,
big time.
if he
Yeah.
watches this, maybe he could tell us
Yeah.
if I'm making shit up or
Yeah.
if they actually had this stereo. I
Boy.
remember.
I remember all the parties at his house. Oh,
I was at a couple. That's how I remember the stereo.
Did he have a kegger?
I think he had one. A
Several.
couple.
'Cause I'm
think they
asking
were-
because I didn't get invited.
Yeah.
Neither did
Gosh.
Mike.
I'm out. I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right, Mike.
take
Bye,
care, man.
Mike.
See ya.
Go Illini.
Tell you what, I think I'm gonna have to fold my house down too, guys. I had a great time reminiscing. It was just beautiful. I had
You're
a great
awesome,
night.
dude.
Nice seeing you again, everybody, especially
Bye.
Danny. And,
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you guys and Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice meeting you guys. I see Rick all the time on something on Facebook. I don't know what that music site or whatever. What did you call it before?
Oh, deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive. Yeah, I'm connected to that. So yeah, I get all your stuff. Yeah. I don't post too often, but once in a while I'll say something. I know I've got some thumbs up from you before.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good to have participation, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people say, you don't do it. I said, no, I do that about 5 hours a day, researching music and stuff. And, it's
Yeah,
nice to
I-
get feedback.
Yeah. I was connected to all kinds of groups. I had to go through my list and start eliminating some of them. I had an AC/DC group, a Zeppelin group, Oh man, a Doors group. I had so many different groups. It was ridiculous. I was getting constantly just getting bombarded with stuff. So I went in, I started trimming down the fat, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smitty's like you, Rick. He's really into music.
Yeah.
And he knows
Yeah.
like all the trivia stuff.
I've seen just about every major act, probably.
Well, there's your homework, Smith. Yeah, find out who that drummer was with Jimmy Page or Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, that'll be easy. I
right.
should know it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it'd be
should know, and
interesting
I-
to see if that guy's
Well, it's the one in the service picture.
back in
Oh.
'62.
The guy playing the drums in '61.
He's an
Oh,
army.
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they're
that
in the
could be-
army
It's
together.
it's a black
Yeah.
and white picture on
Yeah.
Deep Dive.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
that today, and I said I got to post this. I mean, I've
Not to
never
mention
seen
a
it
black
before.
and a white in a picture.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Not to be confusing.
But all right, why don't we wrap it up?
All right,
Wrap it up. I'll take
How do we
it.
wrap it up?
How we wrap? We
we
Wrap.
cheers.
Wrap.
hold them up if you got them.
Wrap.
Cheers, everybody.
Wrap.
I got my cock cup,
That's right. He always shows his big
Go ahead
cock at
and
the
suck
Hey
end.
on
now.
your cock.
the big cock
Talk
cup.
to you later, guys.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
put that cock up
Go,
again.
Take it light.
go,
Take it.
WARG.
All right.
Be good.
Come on, what's with the fade to black, man?
You have to get up to do it.
Shit.
Uh-oh. Fade to black, guys. Thanks for coming on.
All right.